to follow, to like, to subscribe, to share, to engage. All the terminologies you people use on social media, whatever it is that you do on social media, the positive ones, of course, do some for us. We'll appreciate you. It's Channel One TV GH everywhere. We'll appreciate you so much. All right. Thank you so much. This morning, we're going into interesting conversations, and we're going to start off with sports. But before we get into the sports, let me remind you that on the 25th and the 26th of July, we're going to the Northern Region, the capital, Tamale, the Jubilee Park. Is where we're having the Northern Business Fair. And so we are calling all vendors, all businesses, all manufacturers, producers, innovators, players along the agri value chain. Let's all assemble at the Tamale Jubilee Park and let's exhibit our goods and services to the rest of the world. I keep saying that there are no strangers anywhere. We are just business partners yet to meet. And this platform, the Northern Business Fair, is that one-stop shop where we get to establish businesses, where we get to network and connect, where we get to sell, where we get to market. All right? So let's see you there on the 25th and the 26th of July, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. on each day, Tamale Jubilee Park. It's the Northern Business Fair, brought to you by 97.3 City FM and Channel One TV, and proudly sponsored by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, and the National Petroleum Authority, NPA, as well as the Ghana Export Promotion Authority, GEPA. Now, here's the catch. It's payment that secures you a slot. So quickly, pick up your phones and start dialing 0205-973-973, 0205-973-973. Call that number now. You're going to hear a very fantastic voice on the other end, receiving you warmly and guiding you through the registration process. All right, so call 0205-973-973. If you're a vendor looking to exhibit, if you're a producer looking to showcase your product, if you're a manufacturer seeking a platform to market your produce or your product, this is the opportunity for you. But if you have some business and you want to sponsor the Northern Business Fair, why not? Call 0205-973-973, and we'll be more than excited to welcome you onto this big platform. We're going to have businesses from across the Savannah region, the Northeast region, the Northern region, the Upper East region, the Upper West region, all assemble, all converge on the Jubilee Park in Tamale. So we hope to see you there as well. All right, 25th and 26th July, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day. We look forward to seeing you there. All right, now the literacy challenge is also on. Are you a student? Are you a learner between the ages of 11 and 15 years? Do you have what it takes to put pen to paper and write a compelling essay that affords you an opportunity to compete for 10,000 Ghana cedis and a laptop? Then the literacy challenge is for you. This year, we're majoring on artificial intelligence. The essay topic for this year says that in not less than 600 words, write a letter to the Minister of Education as a youth consultant discussing the advantages and disadvantages of the use of artificial intelligence, AI, in education. Advice on how Ghana can effectively integrate AI into basic schools to improve teaching and learning while ensuring that students in rural and underserved communities are not left behind. Remember that you need to be between the ages of 11 and 15. And let's give you some guidelines for your essay. Your essay must be handwritten by participants. So we want to see the essay in your own handwriting. All right. Add your full contact details and please make sure that your essay is endorsed by a parent, guardian, or teacher, and must be posted to the Literacy Challenge. The Literacy Challenge, P.O. Box GP 14123 Accra Central, or you can deliver it to the Channel One TV premises here at Tesano in Accra. Remember that the deadline for submission is the 20th of July by 5 p.m. So on the 20th of July, 5 p.m. If it's 5:01, you are late. Even if it's 0.009 seconds after 5 p.m., you are late. So on or before 5 p.m. on the 20th of July is when we'll be receiving entries to compete in the Literacy Challenge 2026. I want to say thank you to all who have written their essays already, all who are still writing, all who are yet to write. We look forward to reading all the brilliance you're going to put on paper, and we're excited to welcome you to the Literacy Challenge 2026. All right. Now, the Literacy Challenge 2026 is brought to you by Channel One TV and 97.3 City FM. So the Literacy Challenge is powered by Channel One TV and 97.3 City FM. And it's also proudly sponsored by a number of amazing companies. We want to say thank you to all these companies this morning. So these companies will include, oh, wait a minute. Okay, there it is. Aha. Prospectus Ghana Limited. Thank you to Prospectus Ghana Limited. Thank you to SIC Insurance, and thank you to Advocate Publishing. We'd like to appreciate Prospectus Ghana Limited. We'd like to extend gratitude to SIC Insurance, and we'd like to say a heartfelt thank you to Advocate Publishing for coming on board to sponsor and to support the Literacy Challenge 2026. All right, let me talk to you real quick about the economic outlook, the quarterly economic outlook. And today we're going to have that conversation right here on Channel One TV on the theme, a mid-year review of the Ghanaian economy, measuring progress, identifying risk, and charting the way forward. We're going to have some amazing resource persons speak to us, and we'll have the president of the Ghana Union of Traders Associations, GUTA, that's Clement Boateng. Seth Chum Akwabwa is the CEO of the Association of Ghana Industries, AGI. Professor Japoma Jekedakun is an economist with the University of Ghana Business School. Michael Koto is a managing partner at Confidant. And then we have Andrews Akuto, who is with Absa Bank, joining us for this quarterly economic outlook. So if you're looking to venture into business, small, medium scale enterprise, if you're already within the business sector, if you're looking to scale up, you need to know the terrain within which you're operating. This quarterly outlook is for you. All right, we're bringing you a preview, if like a review of the first half of the year, and then a preview into the second half of the year when it comes to the economy. So join us at 11 a.m. right here on Channel One Television for the quarterly economic outlook. It promises to be exciting, and businesses should be excited to be part of the quarterly economic outlook. All right, so that's at 11 a.m. right here on Channel One Television, and it's happening today. So please mark your calendars, book your seats, and enjoy the quarterly economic outlook. All right, that said, it's time for the World Cup conversations. Yesterday, some will say it was a boring day because we didn't enjoy any match. But hey, there are some interesting fixtures ahead, and Kelvin Edem Kai is here to walk us through those fixtures.
My hand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
game set.
Yeah, we've got to set up for it.
Game set. We've already separated the boys from the men.
Yeah, right now the men.
It's time for the men to sit at the table.
Yeah, and do battle.
Yeah. We'll see who is the strategist, who is the commander-in-chief, who is the lieutenant colonel, but above all, who is the king.
The king. We'll find out who the king is on the 19th. It's really got into an exciting
wonderful
stage
stuff.
of the tournament. And already before the tournament, before the quarterfinals kick off later on this evening, there's some history already with the pairings. This is the first time in the history of the World Cup that both Brazil and Germany are absent from the quarterfinals.
Wow.
At the same time.
Wow.
There have been situations where Brazil was there and Germany wasn't there.
Yeah.
But there has never been a situation where
both countries
weren't there at the quarterfinals.
Since the inception of the World Cup.
Since there have been World Cups that didn't have the quarterfinals. Since the quarterfinals became a thing in the World Cup, either Brazil or Germany are always present, or both of them.
Wow.
This time, both superpowers, and they have Germany have 4 titles. Brazil are the highest with 5. So I think it marks like a turning of events.
It's a new era.
It's a new era.
Yeah.
And right now, it's not really about how big you used to be.
Or your history.
Yeah. If you come in on the day you know play well, they will come out to you. Wow. But later on to this evening, I think we have one of the most tasty quarterfinal ties in France and Morocco. Yeah, and I think it would be I think it would be a box office game if you ask me. The kind of football Morocco has been playing throughout the tournament, it's very hard to look at them and say they don't really stand a chance against this France team. I will admit that France have probably been one of the, if not the best team at the tournament, one of the best teams at the tournament.
It's just been exciting to watch.
Yeah, they've been exciting to watch. I think their front four makes them very unpredictable because of how much fluidity and talent exists amongst them. Kylian, Olise, Dembele.
It's a partnership between the two of them. It's just amazing.
Yeah, and what even strikes me a lot more about the French team is about how all of them can occupy different zones. For example, Olise can play on both wings.
Yeah.
So if he's not having a great day at the right wing, he can go to the left wing for either Doué or Dembele to go there.
He also plays centre forward.
He can play as a 10. Mbappe can play on the left, play as a 9. So there's so much movement amongst them that it's hard to pick it. I think if Morocco will have to survive in this game, they will have to defend well. And it's something most of the African teams haven't really done well in the tournaments. If you looked throughout the tournament so far, most of the African teams start to crumble from around minute 75, 78. Then the crumble starts around there. I think Morocco stand a great chance. Per their game against Canada, I would say that if they play the game along those lines, they might probably lose the game because they didn't start the Canada game very well.
Right.
For majority of the game, Canada was the better team, but Morocco scored against the round of play, and from then on, they took their chances on the counter. Playing against France, if you start the game badly,
slow.
I think they should ask Senegal about that.
Because they don't pamper nobody.
Senegal even started well and didn't take their chances. And the moment France got the chance, they buried it, and the game turned on its head. So I think with that in mind, Morocco will have to really, really keep out people, and I think that's going to be very difficult because Mbappe is in the hottest of form, Olise is in the hottest of form. So today, key for them will be defending well, if they can keep the French team out for a longer period in the game, they stand a better chance of being in the game.
I see a Dembele type of game today, and I'll tell you why. You see, all along, there's been a beautiful partnership between Olise and Kylian, and it's beautiful to watch how Kylian himself is able to run into space. Olise is able to pick him out
every time.
And he lays a fantastic pass to him. This affords Dembele the opportunity to maneuver. So he goes almost everywhere on the pitch. And that's where the danger is. You might not pick him up as the danger man, but he may be used as the danger man today.
You see, it's funny because coming into this tournament, you see, Mbappe has really done well from the national team since he came. But Dembele's story in the national team has been a bit different. From his time at Barca through to now at PSG, he's kind of struggled, especially at international tournaments. Mind you, this tournament is the first time he scored a goal for France in a major tournament.
Right.
So he's not really on the radar of most of the defenders. Exactly. So I think I'll agree with you. If the game gets really tough, like I predict it would, he might be that
Trojan horse.
Yeah, that Trojan horse who might just be making those runs that nobody will pick up because everybody will be focused on.
I will know how dangerous he is when he has the ball in the final third.
He's two-footed, so you are not stopping his angles when it comes to shooting. He can shoot with the left or the right. So he doesn't have an angle bias with that. So I think I agree with that. And even in their last group game, he really came alive. So I think at this point in the tournament, he's warmed into the tournament. So if they need him today, I won't be surprised if he can bag in a few for them. Then on Friday, we have Spain, Belgium. I think that's I'll be looking out for that fixture because Spain is probably the team I like the most left in the competition, even ahead of Argentina. Even though I love Messi, I think
Argentina is losing a lot of love.
I think that's largely because of how some of their games have gone, and the Egyptians felt that the game didn't really go their way in terms of officiating. I think if you look at it, I understand where they are coming from, but if you really, really look at it, some of the calls they felt were not given to them, weren't the kind of calls they were thinking about. There were some that should have gone in their favor, but some of them, but generally, I think, if you ask me, I think Argentina, if they play any game like they play their last 2 games, they go out of the competition.
Yeah. I mean, the teams they are going to face now.
Yeah, I think from now Switzerland and a possible semi-final against England. I was even having a conversation with one of my friends yesterday, and I told him that if Argentina do get to the semi-final and they meet England and they put up any of the performances they have within the last 2 games, England will kill the game off.
Yeah.
They are not going to have a 2-goal deficit that they can come back for, because England have the men to kill the game off. But I think Spain-Belgium will be like a really, really nice game. Belgium haven't really been in the best of form in the tournament. I think they were lucky to escape against Senegal, and because of the controversy surrounding the United States men's national team, I think that really tweaked with their focus in the game, because the conversation became about Balogun. When generally, I made this point in earlier episodes that the USA had a good feel about them getting to that point. Then when that Trump intervention, the red card is rescinded, now suddenly the goodwill...
They were jinxed.
Yeah, the goodwill becomes a lot of bad mouth talking against you, and I feel like it really got... I think the occasion got to them when they played Belgium, because if you really watch Belgium in this tournament...
See that blunder with the goalkeeper.
Yeah, if you really watch Belgium in the tournaments, they've not looked like the Belgium or Eden Hazard in the past, but Spain have been dominant in their games. They barely conceded chances against themselves when they play. Teams... I don't think any team has been able to create...
They make it difficult for you to create.
They keep the ball a lot.
Exactly. Because they have one of the finest midfield...
that Rodri, Pedri. And aside that, we are 5 games into the tournament. They've not conceded a goal yet.
Yeah.
So already coming up against them, you're thinking of how you're going to score. Because throughout the tournament, they managed to keep teams out. I think their 18-year-old defender, Kubasi, is having a really good tournament. I don't think people are speaking about it as much because he's not an attacker. But I think he's having a class tournament alongside Laporte at the heart of the Spanish defense. So it makes Spain a very dangerous team. But Belgium have difference makers. They have De Bruyne, they have De Catalera, they have Lukaku. And these are players who can seize moments. So if anything will go against Spain, I think it would be if Spain don't manage moments well in the game and they give Belgium the opportunities to have some big moments. Belgium have the players that can seize the opportunities. But all in all, I think if everything goes as I see things so far in this tournament, Spain should move away with the win. I think they should set up a semi-final tie against France, and I think the winner of the World Cup is at that bracket, if you ask me.
How would you deploy Doku in this game?
I'll put him on the wing. He likes playing the most. That's the left wing. I think Cucurella hasn't really been tested in this tournament. The Spanish fullbacks generally. Doku is also very resourceful with how he can switch wings.
Exactly.
So I think using him, letting him play as wide as he can today will help, because Spain haven't been really stretched when you watch them in the game. I don't think they've really been tested that much.
Because they've been formidable with their tactics. They hold the ball
fair enough,
and they don't release the ball to you.
Well, apart from Portugal, who I think couldn't match up to Spain because of their coach. I don't think Portugal's problem against Spain was the players. I think it was Martinez, and he was not able to match up with the tactical acumen of De La Fuente, because he played against Croatia. Leao starts in that game, crosses the ball for Ramos to head home, and both players are on the bench for the next day. And I always say this thing that if you don't reward good performances with starts with the players, you're kind of messing the dressing room dynamic. So Leao comes on when they are chasing the game, and you can tell his body language.
Not really in there.
And I think those are the things that went against Portugal. I don't agree with the bashing of Cristiano Ronaldo and all that. I don't even think that the coach maximized Ronaldo in the tournament. If you look at what Scaloni is doing with Argentina and Messi, Messi's 39. He's not the Messi he used to be.
True.
But he's created a framework that maximizes Messi's performances. And I didn't think Portugal had that. So coming into that game, I think Spain will be tested much more than they have been in the tournament, because the kind of attackers Portugal have and Belgium have, and Belgium really is not bad a tactician. I think he can, with the kind of adversities they've gone through in the tournaments, playing against Spain, I think you have to set up and present the best tactical piece he can to be able to get past the team. And if you have a player like De Bruyne in your ranks, you have Lukaku in your ranks, who's a good finisher, especially when the balls are floated into the box.
Can look at. He put his weight on you.
Yeah, and I think the Spanish defense haven't been tussled that much. I think if Lukaku should start this game because of the performance he put up in the last game, and I think if Lukaku has a good day, he might be able to trouble that centre-back partnership.
And you notice that Cucurella is always making runs forward.
Yes, and that
so if the ball
vacates
falls
space
behind him.
That vacates space for a player like Doku, who probably like to exploit that. One of their players, young talented players, too, is De Catalera. He didn't really have a great tournament, but in the USA game, he picked up. He scored a brace in that game. So coming into this game, I think he'll be really confident. I think it's a tasty encounter. Belgium, who too many people didn't fancy to get to this point, and Spain, who are one of the hot favorites, European champions. I think it will be a great game, but I still expect Spain to edge it. But let's see. Let's see. Maybe there's one more surprise in the tournament.
Right.
Then we move on to the next day. Then we have England versus Norway, and I think that game will be the battle of the strikers.
Yeah. Kane, Haaland.
Yeah, and they've been in blistering form in the tournament.
I watched the review of Haaland yesterday and how he got that first goal against them in the previous match.
Against Brazil.
Against Brazil. Guy was just walking.
He was walking.
He was just walking. And the next second, he's scoring.
Yeah. Gabriel didn't pick him up.
Absolutely brilliant.
Gabriel didn't pick him up.
And that's the thing about him. He plays an unassuming role.
Yeah.
Is he going to run forward? Is he not? Is he going to come? Do I cross him? He's just walking. The next minute, 2 sprints.
Did you see
bam.
You see the second goal? Second goal.
The moment he kicked the ball, he knew he had scored.
He knew it.
He knew it.
He knew it.
It's, you know that feeling when it dawns on you, Adam did it.
And I think he saw the keep. Nobody expected him to shoot from that distance.
Listen, this is what I think happened. He saw that the keeper's vision was going to be obstructed.
Yeah. And he saw the angle.
So carpet shot.
Yeah. When he let her, if you watch the replay, when he let her fly off his boots, he just started tilting his body.
You could feel the sigh of relief.
Yeah, he knew it. Yeah, he knew he had scored a goal. And I think so far, both teams,
just fantastic
I would say both teams are here by virtue of the performances their top guys have put in. Kane and to some degree Bellingham. Bellingham has scored very important goals for England. And Kane too has come up with really, really important goals for England. But for Norway, it's been Haaland. It's been a Haaland show.
Yeah, it's been a Haaland show regarding the goals. But you know who my man in the Norwegian team is? Nusa. That's a brilliant guy to watch.
Fantastic winger.
Wow.
Yeah, I expect him to make a move this summer. I'm seeing.
Yeah, he's been too good at this tournament to still stay where he is.
Yeah, I'll expect more from Odegaard in this game. I think he was a bit disappointing in the Brazil game. Yeah. But if Nusa has a good day, Berg has a good day, and Haaland has a good day, it would be hard to say Norway won't stand a chance against England. I've had a problem with the way England has managed their games. From their first group game against Croatia, I've not liked how they managed their minutes. Their games have been too ping pong. And I don't think their midfield with the quality in the ranks have been able to assess the dominance I think they should be able to. So I expect much more from them against Norway. But if the game turns into a ping pong game, I don't know how I might end up.
If you allow Norway to bring the game to you, Haaland is there.
Yeah, Haaland is that differential. And I fear that finishing wise, Kane is one. I think these are the two best finishers in the world, if you ask me.
Yeah, at the moment.
But then I think Haaland, when it comes to pure finishing,
he has an edge over Kane.
He has an edge over Kane. I think Kane generally plays the football better and has that finishing ability in addition. But when it comes to just pure finishing, I think Haaland.
That's Erling Haaland.
Yeah,
he's there to score.
Yeah, he's there to score. And he doesn't really care about goals.
No. That's what he's there.
So I think if England make it a differential game, Norway might just run away with it.
We're running out of time, but let's look at who is in for the Golden Boot.
We have a really tight race. So there's Haaland on 7 goals, Mbappe on 7 goals, then Leo Messi on 8 goals. And Haaland plays on the weekend, Mbappe plays today. So Mbappe is looking at Messi like, I mean, Mbappe is not just chasing the Golden Boot, he's chasing the all-time World Cup record. And he's 2 behind Messi now. So he's looking at Messi's record and he's looking at Morocco like, today he can come for it. I think this is one of the most legendary Golden Boots races we've ever had in World Cup history. I don't think at this point in World Cup, in the World Cup, we've had players on these number of goals.
And they've scored a lot.
Scored a lot.
Look at this tally.
And if you look at all these players, they are players who have been very important for their teams. I don't think Argentina to make it to this point without the performances Messi have put in. So I think in the end, I think the Golden Boot winner is in that top 3. I doubt anyone who is beneath can come and run away with it.
Yeah, unless Kane is getting a hat trick somewhere.
It's not, I don't put that past Kane. I don't put that past Kane at all.
Very well, Adam. Thank you so much. We look forward to more exciting games in the World Cup. Yeah. All righty. Thank you so much, Adam Kayes with the Channel One Sports Desk, and he's been coming over to help us with the World Cup conversations. And I like how he breaks it down. The guy is just exciting to listen to. But hey, we have more interesting conversations coming up for you right here on Breakfast Daily. Don't go away.
What if your ideas could shape the future of education in Ghana? If you were a brilliant pre-secondary student aged 11 to 15, this is your moment to shine. Welcome to the Literacy Challenge 2026, the national literacy competition that celebrates young thinkers, great writers, and future leaders. This year's challenge is all about artificial intelligence and education. The topic: in not less than 600 words, write a letter to the Minister of Education as a youth consultant discussing the advantages and disadvantages of the use of artificial intelligence (AI) in education. Advise on how Ghana can effectively integrate AI into basic schools to improve teaching and learning while ensuring that students in rural and underserved communities are not left out. Remember, your essay must be in your own handwriting, must be endorsed by a parent, guardian, or teacher, and include your full contact details. Submit your entry by Monday, 20th July 2026 at the front desk of Channel One TV or PO Box GP 14123, Accra Central. Stand a chance to win 10,000 Ghana cedis cash, a laptop, and earn the title of Ghana's most outstanding all-round pre-secondary student. For more information, call 0205-973-973. The Literacy Challenge 2026 is powered by City FM with support from Channel One TV, and it's proudly sponsored by Prospectus Ghana Limited, SIC Insurance, and Advocate Publishing.
Get ready this July to step into a world where culture meets commerce, ideas turn into opportunities, and Made in Ghana takes the spotlight like never before. Welcome to the Northern Business Fair 2026. For 2 powerful days, the Jubilee Park will transform into a buzzing hub of creativity, innovation, and enterprise from the Savannah, Northern, Northeast, Upper East, and Upper West regions. From beautifully crafted products, innovative packaging, fast-growing local brands, and indigenous corporate bodies, every stand will tell a story of passion, resilience, and growth. This is not just a fair, it's a full experience. It's a place to discover, a place to connect, a place to grow. This is your chance to engage with Ghana's most exciting SMEs, startups, and homegrown brands all in one vibrant space. Dates: Saturday 25th and Sunday 26th July 2026. Venue: Jubilee Park, Tamale. Time: 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily. Are you ready to showcase your business to the nation and beyond? Call 0205-973-973 now and secure your spot. Don't sit on the sidelines. Be part of the energy. Be part of the story. The Northern Business Fair 2026 is powered by Channel One TV with support from City FM, and it's proudly sponsored by EcoBank, the National Petroleum Authority, and the Ghana Export Promotion Authority.
Hello everybody, welcome to Vox Pop Central. Who brought cocoa to Ghana?
Cocoa Mama Tisro.
GRA, Ghana Registers Association.
Do due diligence.
Two diligences.
I was like, how?
Two diligences.
You bamboozled me.
You scatter me.
Hey, what about them? We didn't want to scatter them. What do you call the song you sing to make babies sleep?
We have many songs like Baby Careful in Bomamiete.
Because hey,
Ete like Nine Shihabo Eshimakpa.
what that?
Amekoma ye Ihabo Foy.
Okay, boy.
Afoy. So, whether it's a school, market, lorry station, or wherever I may find you, when you see me, Murife, don't run, don't run, don't run.
Vox Pop Central airs Thursdays at 7 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
Hello there. Thank you so much for choosing us. This is Channel 1 TV. You're watching Breakfast Daily, and it's time for the news review segment, where we get to have conversations on some topical issues. We're excited to extend an invitation to you to join us with your thoughts, your comments, and your submissions. Join us via text. The WhatsApp number is on your screens. It's text only. Please do not call that number. Join us on YouTube and on Facebook, where we're streaming live, and drop your comments there. We'll be happy to read them for you on the show. Let me say good morning to Alhaji Fusaini Isa, a former member of parliament for Okaikwe North. Alhaji, good morning. It's good to see you.
Good morning, Nana. Always a pleasure to be here. I observed last week we didn't have this. When I watched, I saw that you're having a live program from the Odona area, and it was quite instructive. I hope that we learn lessons from what transpired, and then we move forward as a safer community for all members of our community.
Very well, very well. The Honorable Nilante Vanderpoy is here, former national coordinator for DRIP and an aspiring chairman for the National Democratic Congress, NDC. Honorable Vanderpoy, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm blessed.
Looking sharp as always.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You make the African print look exotic.
Somebody was asking me whether Yusuf and I always plan to wear African print on the program. And I said, well, me, it has been my brand for the past 35 to 40 years.
Indeed,
so,
that's true.
I don't know.
I'm taking lessons from my big brother. Yeah.
I wish EV City and Channel 1 will always, all of you will always brand yourself in African print.
We'll get there.
If there's somebody who is contributed to this industry, you know, Kufuor instituted the Friday Wear, and the then Minister of Trade, Alan, took it and he's reading it excellently.
Yeah.
And sometimes I look back
I think
and
up to
say,
today he has kept himself.
yeah, and just wonder, before then, suit and tie was, how do you come on a platform like this with them?
Yeah.
And Alan is done extremely well with that, and I think that
You know,
when
when I went to GBC, it was almost unheard of to see anybody sit on set in a suit and tie. It was traditional African
I recollect the Beatrice
Yeah.
Edus of the days. And all that.
Yes, everybody.
Yeah, but you see, at the time, we were cloth.
Yeah, cloth,
On set, Ampabe and the likes.
No, before them,
Even
Sam
before
Yeboah,
them.
you know, all those
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
You see, we need to have a national identity, and if we want to sell our country, the television should be the first place that people will see the visuals. And if we start wearing those things, it will help. It will help. Because you don't go to Nigeria and see anybody sitting on the major Nigerian television in a suit and tie. It's always their boo.
And you see, that's about culture. You see, when the Eastern Africans and Southern Africans speak, sometimes even when you're speaking English, they intertwine with their local languages.
Exactly. Yeah.
The Swahilis, and it's kind of shows who they are. For instance, when you watch Super Sport for the World Cup, sometimes I don't know whether it's deliberate, but sometimes they on set, they know they have an international audience, but they still find a way to put some, you know, it just shows who we are. I think it's something that we should encourage as well.
Great stuff, great stuff, great stuff.
Yesterday I saw a video of a Jamaica Parliament, where once
I've seen it. The guy insisted on speaking patois.
yes,
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I thought it was real, man. Yeah, he insisted on speaking patois. The street man, because he's talking to the street and not the people in Parliament.
yes.
Yeah, I thought it was genuine, but then I can just oppose that in
With our
Parliament.
you know, our Parliament
I mean,
now, you by the
Yeah,
understanding of
yeah.
this, you can speak.
You can speak the
in
local language.
yeah, despite the challenges, it's
One
kinda
step at a
interesting.
time. We'll get there.
Ah.
We'll get there. Work in progress.
Yeah, inshallah.
Anyways, let's get into our topics for today. We're starting from the House of Legislature. The Attorney General and Minister for Justice, Dr. Dominic Akuritinga Ayene, has laid the Tribunal Bill 2026 to reintroduce public tribunals as part of efforts to strengthen the administration of justice and improve access to courts. But the minority, you seem to have a challenge with it. You said it takes us back. How?
Nana, allow me before we come to the tribunal to pay tribute to a big brother of mine who is going to be laid to rest tomorrow.
Condolences.
Mr. Alex Abiu, on the 28th of May. Alex was hit by a motor rider and he gave him no chance. And for a man like Alex to leave us in such sorrowful and unannounced, it just breaks my heart. In the last couple of days, I've found it very difficult bringing myself to a day when I will go and lay Alex to eternal rest. And I want to use your platform to wish his son, Brendan, the family, Cynthia, Ernest, my heartfelt condolences. And for a person of faith, we say the Lord gives and he takes. And I hope that they find solace in the Lord. Amen.
Amen.
The public tribunal, is it public tribunal or just?
Yeah,
just a public tribunal.
Yeah, tribunal. Yeah, the tribunal bill.
I have not seen the bill. But anybody who is my age and upwards will and lived through the revolution days in Ghana, reference to maybe 79 or 82 downwards into 1992s, will be quite familiar with the word public tribunal. In the revolution days, where we had arms of the revolution, we had the CDR, PDC, CDO, and the likes. And those were synonymous to tribunals because summarily they were bodies that could adjudicate justice. And sometimes the way they did adjudicate and implement some of the decisions was quite harrowing. I recollect as a young boy growing up in Abeka, when I attended Harrow International School, somewhere in North Carnation was a PDC, CDRO, and CDO office where people were meted with capital punishment. And so sometimes it was part of a pastime. So for somebody like me, when you mention tribunal, it just sends shivers down my spine that in the year 2026, we want to get back to that era. I'm not saying whatever is going to happen is going to be synonymous to what transpired in the revolution days. But the word actually just frightens me. And I don't know how we're going to do. Now, what is happening is that beside the harrowing, what is broken and what do we want to fix with the introduction of these tribunals? What do we want to fix? It is constitutional. In Article 126 of our Constitution, defines the superior courts of justice, the Supreme Court, the Appeals Court, the High Court, and tribunals. So it is constitutional. The Attorney General has every right to take such a bill to Parliament and Parliament to put in any structures they think we are required to adjudicate justice. But you see, justice itself is not just clothed in the power to put in place a judicial system, but it also the perception that you get from this system, and the fact that we have a system that, for me, is working with challenges. And whatever challenges the Attorney General of the NDC and President John Mahama are finding in the current system, they could enumerate them. Whether it is lack of infrastructure in our judicial system, whether it is cases being drawn out, for a long time, staying in court for a long time, whether it is a weakened procedural safeguards, whether it is perceptions and all of that. Whatever challenges we are having in our system today, judicial system, can it be fixed? Will the introduction of those public tribunals resolve these challenges? And those are the questions that we need to be asking. Those tribunals that are going to be set up, the timing of these tribunals. Already, one of the very topical issues we have been discussing in this country recently, in recent times, it's about procedures in court, about how the court has treated political or perceived political opponents of the government, how political opponents have been treated in terms of bail, in terms of invitations and all of that. The timing of it. Is it the right time for us to superimpose a system on a new system? Yes, it might be legal, but the legality of it and all of that, we have to look at it in a bigger picture. Those tribunals, are they going to guarantee the rights of people? Are they going to guarantee the appeal processes? My reference is for me and for people my age, our reference point is what we have seen tribunals do in this country in the past.
But it will not be the same tribunal, will it?
I have said that it might not be the same tribunals. But even the word itself sends shivers down my spine. That, are we going to experience this sort of summarily dealing with cases? And if that is not the case, with the existing systems, is it that the courts are understaffed? That is why cases are taking longer in the courts? Is it that the infrastructure needed is not there? This public tribunals, they are going to be staffed anyway. They are going to be appointed by somebody. They are going to be also supervised by the Chief Justice, like any other arm of our judicial system. We have a judicial system which has evolved. Our Supreme Court and its current not too long ago, we were talking about appointments to the Supreme Court. We talked about appointments to the Appeals Court. We talked about appointments to the High Court and all of that. Are they not enough to sustain our judicial process, whatever challenges they are facing? And we have even evolved in setting up some arms of even the High Court. Specialized courts have come up, dealing with specialized issues. We have called for a Galamsey court. We have called for some other specialized courts to help adjudicate justice in this country. But is the solution the superimposing of tribunals? That's the question we have to ask.
Superimposed?
I think that I have said I've mentioned its constitutionality. It's constitutional. Parliament has a right to do such. But the fact that we have the right, and I've mentioned things like the timing, I've mentioned it's to the risk of even selective justice. Somebody is going to be somebody's responsibility to decide which cases go to the tribunals, which cases go to our traditional courts. And how assured are we that some of these things are going to be at arm's length? There's also the potential of the forum being used to perpetuate what people like myself have seen happen in recent times: political persecution.
The proceedings or procedures of this tribunal will be guided by the provisions of the Constitution.
It itself is constitutional.
Yes.
So it cannot be guided by anything but the Constitution. But I'm saying that at one point, it's going to be somebody's responsibility to decide which cases will go to the tribunal and which case will go to the traditional high court, high courts, as we know.
Yeah.
The process of doing that responsibility, how fair is that going to be? And I appointments to this tribunal. You see, it's just something that's constitutional, but the timing itself, are people still going to have all the guarantees we have under the Constitution? These are questions
people
that we
will
need
have
to ask.
greater access to the justice delivery system.
That is greater access. If you say greater access to a tribunal being set up at the regional or at the district levels, don't forget we already have district courts.
We already have the regional tribunals, don't we?
No, currently I don't think we have. It's constitutional, but we don't have the system in place.
Right.
Right. We already have district courts. If you go to
the district magistrate
in our municipality, we have a court already. If we think that people's access to the legal system or to justice is limited, is it a case of expanding the existing structures to accommodate new or people who you think or have limited access to the judicial system, or a case of the creation of tribunals to take care of lack of access to? I mean, these are genuine questions that we need to be asking ourselves. I haven't seen the bill. Typically the bill will come with a preamble that will discuss the agency and the need for such legislation to be put in place. But don't forget, as in recent times when we saw the proceedings that led to the president sacking the Chief Justice, it is one of the issues that came up.
What took you so long? I knew you were eventually going to land on this.
You're not being fair to me, Nana. You're not being fair to me. It was one of the issues from what we gleaned, whether it's real or perceived. And you see, justice in itself does not just seem to be, does not just have to be done,
it should be
but
seen.
it should be seen. So every process that gives room for the questioning of the processes that leads to the final decision, just leaves some in the minds of the people. And that itself, it is not good for our democratic dispensation and where we are today as a country. I don't know the contents of the bill. It still remains a bill. As it's been laid in Parliament over the next couple of days or weeks, I'm sure the details will be coming up. But I cringe when I hear public tribunals. That's just me. And I'm sure a lot of people my age. I mean, if you are much younger and you don't know, you don't know. But my recollection of what a tribunal is just
times have changed.
Times have changed. I mean, the era I am referring to was before 1992.
Indeed.
And certainly this is going to be situated in the framework of the Constitution,
which has guided
but then
us
again,
since then.
Oh, it is guided us since then. But my problem now and my challenge is that, look, we are having an evolving system. Thankfully, we have courts that are even specializing. And so what is the need for a tribunal? If we think that access, like you want me to believe, to our system is limited, why don't we expand the existing system? Now, the number of lawyers being trained, the number of course, the bench and all of that, we could actually work on that, expand it. But the fact that something is constitutional, we also have to situate it in the context of time. That's all we are asking for, And I shudder to think, and I am looking forward to seeing a copy of the bill, knowing the contents, knowing the thinking behind it. I know, and I've seen it in the manifesto, that it was one of the manifesto promises of the NDC. And I wish that they had prioritized things in their manifesto. I wish that they had prioritized the 24-hour economy. They had told us a 24-hour economy, and even the 24-hour economy I hear closes at 5 p.m. I hear the 24-hour economy secretariat, the authority, the secretariat itself closes at 5 p.m. I've heard some people refer to some courts working 24 hours and all of that. It's whole thing. I wish that the government of the National Democratic Congress will prioritize some of the things they promised in their manifesto. And some of those promises, I really shudder to think. To almost a year and a half into government, I mean, we are in a better, we've seen better part of 2 years. I'm hearing that the Nkukong Kitinkiti initiative that started because of cost of feed, the people who benefited from the initial disbursement of the chicken have actually eaten them. So they are not going to be sustained over time. And these are things that we should put our minds to, put our resources to, rather than the creation of this. You see, the NDC is good at promising and under delivering. That's just what is happening. I still want to hold my breath. Have access to this bill.
After all you said.
Oh, of course. I already have my thinking. And I tell you that even the mentioning of the word,
you feel it brings bad memories.
My word. Nana, you should have lived through, and I'm sure Honorable will attest to it. I am sure he was very active in the days. In fact, workplaces, government institutions.
We don't want to go back to that issue.
Arms.
Let's not go back into that.
That is our history, and that is a history that we can put together when we hear the word tribunal.
Very well. Honorable Vanderpoel, we still have the district magistrate courts. We have the circuit courts. We have the high court. We have the appeals court, and then the Supreme Court. Do we really need these tribunals?
Nana, first let me say good morning to you, to my brother Fuseni, and to our viewers. I'll start by saying that I will want to forgive my brother because he has confirmed to the fact that he has not seen the bill.
True.
And as such, all that he's saying is actually based on speculation. So speculative analysis cannot be really taken as somebody's opinion. So I would just want to forgive him and excuse him for making those comments. Two, I think all of us agree that our constitution, as enshrined in Article 125, 1 and 2, and I will beg you to read it for Ghanaians to hear. No, give it to Nana to read. I want Nana to read. No, I want Nana to read.
No, this is a certified copy of the Constitution given to me by the Parliament
of Ghana. What Nana has is not certified.
This is given to me by the Parliament of Ghana.
He wants me to read from the Constitution. Chapter 11, the Judiciary. Article 1251 reads, Justice emanates from the people and shall be administered in the name of the Republic by the judiciary, which shall be independent and subject only to this constitution. Only to this constitution. Now I want you to
just tempted to say something, but the independence of the judiciary itself.
Citizens may exercise popular participation. Nana, underline popular participation in the administration of justice through the institutions of public and customary tribunals and the jury and assessor systems. So our constitution,
let the blood flow.
Our constitution itself has given us the opportunity that our judiciary system, our administration of justice shall involve participation by all of us. So those people who are qualified to be on the bench, those who are qualified to be at the bar, And even you and I can participate in the judiciary administration or the administration of justice. 126 1 B. Let me start from 1. It said the judiciary shall consist of A, the superior courts of judicature, comprising 1, the Supreme Court, 2, the Court of Appeal, and 3, the High Court and regional tribunals. And then B, such lower courts or tribunals as Parliament may by law establish.
That is not in doubt. I have actually acceded to this.
So, in these 2 articles, one of the major issues in this is that tribunals are constitutional.
Indeed.
2, popular participation. So, Fuseni sitting here, tribunals have always been part of our judicial administration.
True.
But somewhere in after 2000, when the Kufuor administration came to power, just as they've done for political convenience, populist stance, they decided that they were going to throw away the baby with the bath water. So they threw away the tribunals. But they are not the finality, because this is still in our constitution. Until we have a constitutional review where we take out those entities, those institutions, those systems, they are part of our judicial administration. 2, we ourselves have accepted the fact that today, justice administration and dispensation of justice has become almost a problem. Fuseni and I were in Parliament when we had a very convincing argument from the administrator of the District Assembly's Common Fund on the need to use our common fund to build infrastructure for the judiciary, because the judiciary were complaining about lack of infrastructure. That led to the expansion of the building of district courts across the country.
Right.
2, we even built infrastructure that is accommodation for judges. We use the people's money. The money that was supposed to go to the district assemblies for development to build this infrastructure, because we believe that justice is part of the general local governance system.
Yeah.
2, all of us have agreed that the time that people take to go through litigation in this country has become so much expensive, because all that happens most of the time is lawyers going and, using technicalities to delay cases and make things difficult for people who are involved in litigation.
Yeah.
So there's the need to evolve a system where we can have speedy dispensation of justice. All of us agree.
Yeah.
Somewhere last year, the Chief Justice, one of the things that he talked about when he appeared even before the parliamentary vetting committee, the appointments committee, he mentioned the need for us to go back to the issue of tribunals, so that the tribunals will have a time frame within which to dispense justice. And he mentioned issues that will go before the tribunals. Some of you can refer. He mentioned what? Corruption.
Yeah.
Issues that come out of the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament, environmental degradation, and even illegal mining. He mentioned that we could have tribunals to deal with these issues, so that cases that go before the traditional courts will be minimized,
Right.
and the justices of the court will have time. And 3, he said the tribunals will also afford the opportunity to expand the jury system that we started practicing, so that more citizens shall be involved in the dispensation of justice. What does the jury system do? It affords opportunity for you and I, ordinary people, to be involved in the administration of justice.
Yeah.
Justice itself does not lie only in the work of, in the heart of the people who are professionally qualified to do it. In some of the magistrates we have, virtually is born out of experience and training. They are not people who are qualified lawyers or judges.
Okay.
I've seen headmasters or educationists moving into a sort of justice administration. They go through training and they become qualified magistrates. They don't have LLB, they don't have BL, and all, but they become qualified magistrates. The jury system, as it's practiced everywhere in the world, gives opportunity for your peers to sit and then look at your case and dispense justice. So that will go to satisfy the constitutional demand of giving opportunity to many people, as many people, to be part of the administration of justice. I think the problem of our minority is what I can say. You understand me? The evil intentions of the minority is continual. And they are already shivering and scared. Why should I fear of the ghost if I've not killed anybody? You understand me? 2, those days that Fuseni is referring to, I lived it. I survived it. Because I never offended any law.
Has come to stay.
You understand? I never offended any law. Fuseni sitting here will testify that none of the people in this family.
No, they did.
Who?
They did.
Who in your family?
They did.
Who in your family? Mention one person in your family.
Let me tell you something.
Mention one person in your family who went before the tribunal. Your father went before the tribunal.
Not going
That's what I'm asking for.
Not going before the tribunal.
Yes. So it means that he didn't commit any offense at the time.
Exactly.
Oh, I'll tell you what. See, in 1981, after the coup, my father was a very active member of the PNP in this area.
Yes.
After the coup, not just him, he escaped by the skin of the teeth. But I mean, I don't want to remember people. There was Mr. Mp, Mr. Boateng, Mala Audu. These were popular names in the PNP.
They appeared before the tribunal.
They were taken from Ambeka.
Oh, you see,
they appeared before some sort of.
You see, that's where Fuseni is making mistakes.
When they came back by 1983, within months they all died.
Fuseni is making a mistake.
That's a personal experience.
Anybody
but
watching
did they face the tribunal?
Oh,
because it's a tribunal we are discussing.
Yes.
There were harrowing reports.
Oh, even today, under our constitutional dispensation, there are people who go through harrowing situations.
That's just the point we keep making. There were harrowing, and our history is just with harrowing
Fuseni, I beg you.
Business people.
Fuseni, I beg you.
Seizure of properties.
Fuseni,
it's dotted everywhere.
Fuseni,
if you lived in that era.
Fuseni, I beg you, please don't confuse yourself. We are talking about tribunals. You are demonizing tribunals because you said of the history. There was nothing wrong with people who appeared before tribunal. They went through the process and they were look.
That is, you see,
but for our tribunal system, cases like Kofi Chinto, you remember Kofi Chinto?
I do.
Couldn't have been handled with the speed with which it was handled.
But are you saying that Kofi Chinto and Nana in the Sechi area could not have been addressed by the High Court?
Do you know how many years it will have taken?
Kofi Chinto ran for years.
Yes, even before the tribunals.
At the time,
even before the tribunals.
I mean, we didn't even have media like this. So you needed to go and buy PNP to get an update.
I'm saying that even before,
of the real,
even before the tribunals,
we could have done it in a court.
Look, today, what I'm saying is that look, some of the people, some of the lawyers at that time, members of the bar association who rose up against the tribunal system, later on came to commend the speed with which tribunals dealt with certain cases.
She adjudicated
Kweku
justice.
Asare, Kweku Azar who wrote an article about that.
Speed might be of essence, but you don't want to move
And
too
I'm
fast,
saying- I'm
such
saying-
that people will not have the justice that they want. So speed is actually
No,
not
that's what
we
I'm saying,
want
that
to
we
sacrifice
fairness on the
fairness
altar of speed.
on the altar of
Look,
speed. You
look,
don't.
very well.
Look,
Very well.
you have not yet seen the bill. You don't know the processes under which such cases will be dispensed with. And the Chief Justice, being the man enshrined with authority of justice administration,
Who is implementing the
that
NDC
we
manifesto?
cannot sacrifice.
Who is implementing
Fair.
the NDC manifesto?
how?
I mean, of course.
Did you see
Different party
tribunal? Did you see
official.
tribunals in the NDC manifesto?
It is-
Which
it is in
page?
the manifesto.
Which page?
I will refer to
Google.
it.
But do
Which
you
page?
see, but do you see tribunal in the constitution?
Of course, it is in the constitution.
So what are you
it's
saying?
not
What
a
are you talking
manifesto.
about?
It's implemented.
I've considered.
Even
fact
if it's the
that it is
NDC
constitution.
manifesto, NDC is just saying what the
The
constitution
constitution
says.
is saying.
You understand? Let's not. You see, we need to build strong institutions.
Certainly.
But if we decide to demonize institutions
Strengthen our courts.
even before they are created, what we actually do is that we are going to set up a step towards people having no confidence in the institution where it is built.
Yeah.
And I think that is wrong. When we all establish that the fact that we need to do something about the number of years, time that people waste in the courts because of pile of cases. When all of us decide that we must have the fast track court, we all accepted it. Today we are even saying the fast track court is not as fast as we thought.
Yeah.
We decided to have what we call the commercial courts. Commercial courts, people now go there with business issues and they're still complaining about issues, about delays. Because if there's a case involving two businesses and they go to the commercial court and it's going to take about 6 months, 1 year, it's going to affect their productivity, it's going to affect their profit. So there's a need for us every time to develop. And Fuseni, you are saying that we need to expand. Are the tribunals not going to expand the traditional court system?
I am saying that
the tribunals are part of the system. So if we are going to open more tribunals,
saying
it means that we are expanding the framework of justice.
Are we going to create new infrastructure for these tribunals, fiscal infrastructure and the like?
The
And could the
tribunals-
resources to be used for that used to expand existing
the tribunals,
facilities?
the tribunals can even sit here. You understand? The tribunal system helps. It could even sit in the court of a palace. Do you know, even today, as we see today, you know the Constitution talk about customary tribunals. There are the courts recognize the tribunals that are set up in our various palaces to administer justice.
Yeah.
Husseini, do you agree with me? Somebody goes to defecate in the forest or by the stream, and the person is taken to the chief's palace. There's a tribunal at the palace that deal with these causes, and when those cases, the courts accept the verdict that comes from those tribunals. So we already have, we are just expanding to make it more legal, having the parliamentary stamp, so that all of us will have confidence in the system. So Fuseni, if you have not stolen the head of a goat, don't be scared when the names of goats are mentioned. The China Chibi says, old women are not happy when dry bones are mentioned in Proverbs.
You see,
You are scared because a lot of your people have been involved in malfeasance, in thievery, and the rest. Fuseni, you
and
have not.
have your day in court.
You
All
have,
this-
and so they will go
Let
to
them
court.
have their day in
The
court.
chief
You
justice
see?
says the tribunal will deal
Honorable.
with those cases.
Honorable, it's not for nothing that when you go to a court, even the environment should give you confidence that you will be listened to, you will have your day, that you are going to have justice. And we shouldn't confuse the fact that somebody is given some judicial power. And so we have the legitimacy. It's not from the legal authority.
It's from who?
It is from the public trust. The trust the public has in the system. That's the legitimacy of our judiciary system.
There's a public trust in our constitution.
I should be able to trust that this case that I have reported, or this proceedings that is happening in court, I am going to have a fair deal. It is not the fact that there is a judge or there is somebody who is sitting or presiding over the case.
But that trust will be based on the constitution.
Trust, and you see, the trust is something that it is. Look, even the settings of a courtroom alone. When you go there, virtually everybody is equal before the law.
Fuseni,
if
I have a good case,
a couple of weeks ago, this case,
I don't mind if I have a good case. Fuseni, if I have a good case, I don't mind the verdict.
It is. But you see,
the court sits in your bedroom.
The danger is when you are saying that, look, a tribunal can even sit here, adjudicate justice, and then give some.
What makes a tribunal?
What
makes the court?
What
is not the structure.
I am worried about. Are people still going to, the rights of people going to be defended? Are people going to have the whole?
It's part of the judiciary. They are independent.
The basic assumption that they are innocent until proven guilty.
125.
Are people going to have access to the appellate processes?
Of course.
Yes, why not?
It's in there. It's in the.
And I'm saying
it's in the bill.
I am saying.
Fuseni has not read the bill.
No, I have not read the bill.
Yes, so
the bill, when was the bill late? Yesterday?
Stop speculating.
The bill was laid.
Or 2 days ago?
No, on July 6th.
July 6th. I have not seen the bill. But then again, my question is, public tribunal.
Don't call it public tribunal. It's not public tribunal.
Well,
it's not public tribunal. It's just tribunal.
Let me just read a few provisions in there, and then maybe it will help you. The proposed, according to the Attorney General, the reforms are intended to address gaps in the legal framework, reduce case backlog in courts, expand access to justice, while allowing citizen participation in adjudication. That's 125. That's the proper public.
Saying case backlog.
Right. Let me help you with this, and then so that you can put it all together. So under the bill, regional tribunals will have concurrent original jurisdiction with the High Court over selected criminal matters, including economic crimes, narcotics offenses, tax-related offenses, customs violations, and cases involving loss of state funds or property. District tribunals will also have concurrent jurisdiction with circuit courts in specified criminal matters, excluding offenses such as treason, capital offenses, and cases triable on indictment. The bill, however, excludes constitutional interpretation cases under Article 130, human rights violations, and any matters expressly excluded by law.
Thank you.
It also outlines guiding principles for tribunal operations, including fairness, transparency, efficiency, independence, and respect for fundamental human rights, with decisions subject to appellate review.
Nana, let's close.
So in all of this,
fears have been
it's all captured in the bill.
In all of this, my outlook will be: could we have resolved all this by appointing more High Court judges?
To sit where?
Could we have? And the tribunals are not going to have physical places to sit.
So if you appoint the High Court,
could we have done this by expanding our traditional anti-corruption divisions?
How?
Could we have done this by digitizing processes in the courtroom?
Don't we have
which is already
so that we have? I mean, just to make sure that this backlog is dealt with. This perceived backlog
has been addressed by the.
Could we have done this by strengthening prosecutorial capacity? Could we have done this by increasing funding to the judiciary, rather than the creation?
What would the increasing funding would do?
I mean, he's saying that there are case backlogs.
Yes, and the case backlog. Is it funding? Is it funding that causes the case backlog?
But when you fund,
we're not saying there's lack of access. We're saying the bill will expand
courtrooms.
access.
In my municipality, Okanko North municipality, there's one court, one courtroom.
Yeah.
Improved funding. There's a district court. There's a circuit court. Improved funding.
There will be a tribunal.
Why a tribunal and not an additional?
The tribunal is part of the judicial system.
No, my issue.
Why a tribunal and not an additional?
I said the tribunal is part of the judicial system.
Just a second. Let me pose this question.
And so,
Alaji,
it's not the same.
Why the creation of the of the animal tribunal.
Which animal?
I like you. Hold on. Let me pose this question. Honorable Van Der Walt, my issue has to do with the, if you like, the governance arrangements, appointments, the discipline required.
It's in the bill.
The discipline required.
It's in the bill.
The retirement and, if you like, removal of tribunal members.
It's in the bill.
Who will cut it to be a member of the tribunal?
I say it's in the bill. Everything lies within the bosom of the judiciary. No one has the right to interfere with the workings of the judiciary.
Right.
They are independent. So that the Chief Justice and his administration are the ones
independent.
You cringe.
Shakes me.
But why? You don't think they are independent? They are an independent arm of government. Is the judiciary not?
What has taken the independence of the judiciary all of a sudden? Because we are out of office.
Remember the last time?
No, because we are out of office. The independence of the judiciary is gone.
I even had cause to complain about how the Chief Justice have held himself over the last couple of months.
The Chief Justice has life.
No, we are not.
If he has not been involved in any
we have discussed that on this platform. I recollect.
You cannot.
I recollect.
You cannot impugn any distance.
We have had proceedings where the president has dismissed a sitting Chief Justice.
The president never dismissed a sitting justice. Oh. The president has never.
This is how you choose to describe it.
Yes, the president has never dismissed.
But there was a constitutional
justice. The petition was taken to the president. He had the
petition. Was it constitutional?
He had the.
Was it constitutional?
Onerous duty to determine whether on the face of the petition it carried some weight, and he said yes.
He didn't.
And so
he
pushed it.
It was the Council of State.
Council of State.
Yes. Oh, as prescribed by the Constitution.
And the Council of State, processes went on, and the final letter was signed by the president.
The president did not sign that letter. The president
how.
acted upon the advice of
the Council of State.
And the president had told us, the president and his party people had told us that
where you are going, it's not looking good.
When they came into power, they will fire or sack the Chief Justice.
The president has never said anywhere.
I said the president's party people.
Party people.
Senior officers
the
of
party
the
people,
NDC
the
in
party
opposition.
people were those were those the people who wrote the petition?
Senior
were they part of the Council of State? Were those people part of the tribunal that
2024
that evaluated the Chief Justice?
If it happened that the NDC won the elections, one of the things they would do in this country is to ensure that the Chief Justice is fired. It is something they had thought about already, something they have told Ghanaians, and when they got the opportunity, they actually executed it. That is. I mean, we cannot.
Have you heard of the famous case? The famous case, the colonial case, where the security man was accused of treason, and he came before the judge and asked the question: if I say Osagyefo will die, it means I kill him.
Whether if you say he will die, and he dies,
won't you die?
If you say he will die,
won't you die? If I say you will die,
certainly there are drugs to be connected. In this case, the NDC told us if we win elections, we will ensure we will fire the Chief Justice. They win elections, and they did exactly that.
When you told us that when you win elections, you will sack Charlotte Osei, you sacked her.
I don't think we said that.
You don't think you said, but you think we said it. But you think we said it.
It abounds. It abounds. Videos of it abounds. Look,
where
they tagged. Where? They even started calling this Chief Justice a women organizer of the NPP.
Was she a woman organizer?
See that?
Was she a woman organizer? Was she a woman organizer?
Pictures and
was she a woman organizer?
Colors and all of it. It was not. It was something that you had perceived.
But you, was she presiding?
Let's agree.
Was she presiding over unanimous 11?
Honorable, let's agree that
was she presiding over unanimous?
It was a stance of the NDC prior to the elections. And when they got unanimous FC, that's some of the tax put on her.
Who said it? I didn't say it. It was Kandapa who said it.
You didn't say it.
Kandapa said it.
You didn't say it.
I said Kandapa said it. Kandapa said it.
all sorts of.
Can the pastor? I didn't say it.
And they actually saw it through. And so for me, that's a decision on getting rid of the Chief Justice. You cannot convince me that it wasn't
premeditated.
It was, obviously. And so
the next thing you will say that we say we will sack Boss Masari and we have sacked. Go ahead.
Sometimes, you see,
Go ahead.
In the case of Bossman, I don't know the details. All I know is that he thought that, look, the environment wasn't conducive to what he was supposed to do at the EC. And honorably, he left. I would have done same in Bossman's situation.
We didn't sack him.
I would have done same.
We didn't sack him.
But you had attempted a couple of times. There were petitions.
Who attempted?
There were petitions
And
flying
what happened?
over the place.
And what happened?
There were petitions flying all over the place. What happened? Now you tell me.
You are the one talking about it.
You tell me what happened. I didn't mention Bossman, sorry.
When you just oppose the two issues, that of the CJ or the former CJ, and you say that in opposition, NDC leadership said they will sack her when they come. We've heard them say same about the ECJ. Petitions have come against the ECJ, but she's still in office.
I don't know, and I can't answer. I really can't answer why. I can't answer that. But what I know,
let's allow this system.
But Honorable Van der Poel,
it's frustrating.
The minority raises issues about, if you like, the tribunals creating jobs for party loyalists to jail seeming political opponents. And that's why I'm asking about the governance structure, the governance arrangement of these tribunals, and who gets appointed to these tribunals.
It is only red herrings. It is only red herrings. Sure? Yes, because at the end of it all, you see, as I said, give the dog a bad name in order to hang it. That is all that they are doing, setting a negative agenda against the tribunals if they come into place, because they are scared that the tribunals will speedily dispense justice against some of their people who have been caught in the web of stealing.
Right, see, this is what it fuels their narrative.
Because they are scared.
If we keep saying that they are scared and the tribunals, it fuels their narrative.
Why should you be scared of the state creating an institution that is enshrined in our constitution to help in the dispensation of justice? Why should you be scared of? What should be your motive?
No, I don't think
to speak against it.
We are not scared.
What are you scared of?
I don't think anybody is scared of the creation of tribunals.
You say you are scared
in Ghana.
You said it this morning that you are scared.
I said it cringe from the word. The word alone, from what I have lived.
Let's search the meaning of tribunal.
I'm not reading history. I'm not reading history. I said from what I lived through as a small boy.
It is not true.
As a small boy.
It is not true. You are missing issues of the CDLs with tribunals. They are separate institutions.
Let me take a few quick messages. This one says NPP's opposition to the revival of tribunal courts raises one question. If justice will be fair and independent, what is there to fear? Accountability should never frighten those with nothing to hide. A justice system that operates without political interference should be welcomed by every citizen and every public official
without
committed
political interference
to transparency.
And the timing.
Tribunal courts are important because they help deliver justice efficiently, strengthen accountability, and reinforce the principle that everyone is equal before the law. Good morning, Channel One TV. I'm Daniel from Ho. This one says, salute to you all in the studio. Nana, my view is simple. Justice delayed is justice denied. So any serious effort to bring courts closer to the people should not be dismissed outright. But government must be careful. Nana, trust me, if these tribunals are underfunded, poorly staffed, or politically vulnerable, they will not solve anything. The country does not just need more courtrooms. It needs functioning, trusted, and efficient justice delivery. This is the Bo Talk from Bechley. All right. On the tribunals, you listen to the NPP at your own risk, because those days under PNDC regime, the tribunals really helped in fast judgment, leading to proper justice system. Truth be told, the NPP folks are scared of their corrupt activities when in government, hence realize some of them will soon be jailed via the tribunal angle, unlike the normal courts that will drag cases for more than 2 years. Away with the NPP criticisms. That's Papa BCU from Spintex. This one says, Nana, what Honorable Isai is doing is attacking the construction by speculating and should get the bill, and that will allay his fears. Kojo from Peki sent that one in. You can also send in your messages. This is Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 Television. We'll take a quick break. When we return, we progress the conversations. Stay with us.
My line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo kendini ehu behia se metwa sapapadia to ama me manfo Kel Charcoal's natural ingredients eno ene bom se ho ban e ma ne sren ne sanso mama hotoso e wo bedwam.
Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal Toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
This is the old way. Let me show you a new and a better way. EduPack.
EduPack?
Yes, EduPack. A GS approved and supported initiative for all first year students going to SHS by Prospectus Ghana Limited. Now you don't need to go to the market. All your trunks, mattresses, pillows, including plastic chalkboards, are all waiting for your child at the school. Note, all our wooden chalkboards are being changed to plastic ones to avoid bedbugs.
You can also register by dialing *713*821# following the prompts, or you can visit www.edupackgh.com and tap register. You can also register at any ADB branch near you at a very affordable price. EduPack, approved and supported by GES.
Hello, my name is Pamela from Customer Service. Please revalidate your account by texting your Ghana card number to 0500,000 247.
Hey, Abili, wabedim.
Madam, give me the numbers behind your ATM card. I'm calling from the head office.
An email was delivered across to our customers this morning.
Confirm if this is your bank account. 100,100,100.
Thanks for sending your bank card details.
Send the OTP now to avoid cancellation.
EcoBank will never call, email, send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
Don't get played. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hello, please, I'm calling from Customer Experience Center.
You're welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. This is Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 Television. We're having the news review segment. You're invited to send your messages in. There's one from Alhaji Hamza from Pig Farm. He says, "Good morning, my brother. In fact, my brother Fusaini started the program on a bad note. According to him, he has not seen the bill yet, but at the same time, and according to him, the bill is something that is going to be superimposed on Ghanaians. It is unfair to make such comments without any evidence to support his claim. We should not forget the fact that if the bill passes into law, it is going to be guided by the Constitution of Ghana. We should not also forget the fact that tribunals have been with us for long, and it is not something new that is being introduced into the system." Honorable Nilante, the incoming chairman of the NDC, has really spoken well this morning, and I salute him for that. All right, let's move on to this matter of perennial flooding. The president has declared some 2 days of cleanup post the flooding we witnessed on Monday, June 29. Some funds were allocated for the flood relief program, but the minority is questioning the source of the 350 million cedis for flood victims. One may ask, do we have the victims at heart? Yes, please.
Oh, of course. Of course. The incident that happened last week, Monday, I think that every Ghanaian has the victims or the flood victims at heart, and will want to do anything in their power to commemorate their suffering. Personally, I have gone round in my constituency. I've observed what actually happened, where I could help. I've given some help, and I've seen government attempts as well. On Monday, I ran into some event at Alobushi, and then yesterday, some other ones at Akwetema, where some relief items were being given to the flood victims. But then again, the issue that the minority is raising are pertinent issues that we should raise in times like this. We don't want government, for that matter, to take advantage of the situation to do things that are out of the normal arrangements that we know. Our Constitution and our Public Financial Management Act directs that there should be something called the contingency fund. And access to the contingency fund is when there is an event that was not planned for, or something happens for which no appropriation has been made for in our budget. It is not the first time we are accessing our contingency fund. I was the member of the Finance Committee in Parliament when COVID happened. At the height of COVID, one of the first funds we could access that was readily available. Because look, don't forget, we had done our 2020 budget in November, December of 2019. At the time, there was no COVID. Very early, and I think the first case was reported late in December 2019. And the whole thing got serious in February of 2020. So we had a budget. We had a budget that was running. All of a sudden, we were faced with this global threat. And so we needed to do things. And one of the first things that we did was to go to our contingency. And that's the purpose of the contingency fund. So it would not be out of place for government in the circumstances to assess whatever funding we have in our contingency fund to take care of the exigencies of the times. That nobody is arguing with it. What the minority is raising are pertinent issues. Number one, the minority says that, and it should be very public, that the account itself, which is typically run by the central bank or the Bank of Ghana, is under some legal restrictions. And so we know that because of the ongoing processes, the Ganishe, the fund cannot be accessed. So when you come to Parliament and you come to the Finance Committee with a proposal to access the funding, obviously the Finance Committee and its members, being the legislators that they are, have their information that you are unable to access funding from this fund at this material moment. However, we have not seen actions from the Attorney General fighting this garnishing of the account. And then we are told that funds have been released anyway. It just says more questions are going to be asked. How did the government assess this 350 million cedis from a fund that we know has processes on or had been garnished? So we'll ask questions. Is it possible that the government anyway assessed the funds from that particular fund? Is it possible that the funding came from other public funding that the finance committee or parliament is not aware of? These are legitimate questions. Then again, it is not just about the 350 million. We are told that 200 million is going to be disbursed towards relief items. And then 150 million towards structural or constructional issues. Fair enough. You see, when incidents like this happen, what I know NADMO will do first is go and assess the extent of damage or, suffering or
devastation.
Extent of devastation. That's a better word. And then we know exactly what needs to be done. What went into the decision? Oh, we need 200 million. We need to know which communities were affected, how many households, which districts, what exactly do they need, what are the procurement processes, and all of that. And I think that it is not out of place for questions to be asked. You recollect, to this day, members of the NDC still refer to COVID account in the same spirit. The COVID account was done, was brought to Parliament, we debated it, and yes, sir, they still refer to it.
When?
Oh, the Minister of Finance,
When?
Ken Ofori-Atta came to Parliament.
When?
Ken Ofori-Atta came to Parliament.
After you have left.
How could Ken Ofori-Atta come to Parliament after we have left? Whilst we were in Parliament.
No.
Whilst we were in Parliament, he came
2021
in the 8th Parliament. I think.
Yes.
In the 8th Parliament. He came to Parliament. Oh, there's a COVID.
Oh, please.
There's an account.
Please.
There's an account on COVID.
Even the Public Accounts Committee.
So the magic number, 200 million for relief items. Like I said, on Monday I witnessed the distribution of rice and bowls and mattresses in my constituency in Aloboshi, led by the Member of Parliament. Yesterday, I saw the gathering. I didn't see the process, but I saw the gathering at the Pentecost Park in Akwetemu. The irony of I stand back and juxtapose that into what happened within COVID. Within COVID, as a Member of Parliament on the majority side, the NPP Member of Parliament, when items were being distributed, either food or all of that, it was ensured that the Member of Parliament was not the face of it. They did not even take part in the distribution of the food items.
Huh?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Yes. Sometimes I am home and I hear that tilapia and the lice, or they have some term for it. Some food items were being distributed somewhere. It's just what happened. But this time, it is the reverse. And the questions are being asked. Magic 200 million for relief items. The magic 150 million.
Magic?
Because there are no supporting document. There is no data supporting that requirement. That's all we are asking.
But would you agree that it's an emergency?
Thank you.
And I started by saying that. Even when we report a fire incident to NADMO, and you need the assistance of NADMO, they will first come and do a needs assessment, put a document together, and say, 50 households have been affected. These districts have been affected. These are what they need. That is the cost. This is the procurement process. And so it's a transparent, open process we agree in Parliament that, the Finance Committee will give the go-ahead, and then this process is going on.
The Interior Minister, when he appeared before Parliament, said 38,000 people had been displaced.
Where did he get the
I am saying that. The Interior Minister would have gone to Parliament to give a very top, because the figures the Interior Minister gave, and the figures I am even getting from my constituency. When he went to Parliament, he did say that the fatalities were about 12, right?
Then.
Yes, based
because
upon the data available at the
you see,
time.
that is a danger.
Why?
Because we have a moving, it's a fluid situation. It's a developing situation. And so at every point in time, we should know their extent, what needs to be done. But when we have such moving systems, moving systems, and then we are doing this, questions need to be asked.
7,761 households affected, 38,802 people displaced.
Which districts?
In several parts of the country.
That is the danger when you
That's the
say
data available as at the
several parts. So that is why, you see, I mentioned magic 200 million. You're asking me why the magic? Because I don't have anything supporting. I don't know what is going to be procured.
The man went
I don't
before
know
Parliament.
the processes.
The man went before
I don't
Parliament.
know who is going to do the procurement.
Fuseni,
Right?
when you were doing procurement, at the time when you do procurement,
for
do we
me,
know the
it
people
is
who do the
magic.
procurement?
You see, when you say these things, they are dangerous.
How?
Because at the height of COVID, right? The sort of leadership we even saw from our president, fellow Ghanaians. He will engage the
we know how
nation.
to bring back the economy.
And I'm saying that, and I believe
this morning you are making me
that
laugh.
the sort of leadership we saw
Yeah.
Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo exhibit at the time of COVID, this was globally acclaimed. And it affected the spirit of a nation under distress at the time. And he showed leadership.
Right.
I nearly said something, but
You don't
let me be
Let
very
me fire
very-
for honorable
You see,
point.
what we are saying is that
Right,
number
wrap up for me.
one,
Let
we
me
know
finish.
that this fund at the central bank, it's under processes. So did the Minister of Finance assess it anyway? Is the AG aware of those proceedings? What has the AG done about those proceedings to ensure that we don't have any limitations or any issues on our contingency fund? We're saying that this whole 200, 150, Ajomo, Aja Gagba, Aja mattress.
That's your problem.
What is the data driving it? As simple as that.
Okay. Nana, you
Very
see, Fuseni, once again, red herrings. And I'm shocked about Fuseni's attitude this morning because he's not used to that. I don't know where he's getting this demon of speculation from. You understand?
We need to cast it out.
You know, Nana, emergency situations demand emergency answers.
True.
We have a situation where all of us, as we said, force majeure, we never anticipated. The budget did not anticipate that.
Right.
And as such, as we have done in this country and according to our Public Financial Management Act, there is always a buffer, what we call contingency. If we did not expect those things to happen, constitutionally, we will not have that contingency fund. So when it happens, based upon preliminary investigation and assessment, the president, on exercising his executive powers, instructed the Minister of Finance to look for this money in order to take care of the emergency that has happened.
Right.
So
they had referred to the contingency fund, not just look for funds.
I'm saying the president used
That's
his
the president's
executive powers.
directive.
So they should tell us where the funds are coming from.
But that one, I'm saying that's where I'm coming to. And I'm surprised that you have a whole minority having the power of using parliamentary procedures to get answers to questions that are boggling them. And they will not exercise that. They just go to press conferences.
Our parliament was different.
Oh, please. Now I don't know.
Our parliament is different. The parliament that you and I know is different.
It's not the same parliament.
It's not the same?
Come on.
As in the same standing orders.
The standing orders have changed.
It's a new
surprised.
standing orders.
The standing orders have been suspended.
And then we have a new speaker. The parliament,
no, is it,
it's not the same parliament.
I guess from Fuseni and his people, this country must come to a standstill because they are not in power.
You have not said so.
That's exactly what you are saying.
You have not said so.
Things must not move. Things should not be done. Everything that's been done is being, smeared with some suspicion. And look, we are not saints, but we are 100 times better than you people. I'm saying it. Yes.
No, you really believe that?
Yes, I believe that.
And I'm Ghanaians will disagree with you.
How many Ghanaians? The Ghanaians
Our viewers will disagree.
They think that we are better than you. That's why they voted for us.
Oh, you have been in power. You've lost power. We've been in power.
Yeah, so they assessed that.
That doesn't make you better than us.
They assessed that, and they saw that we are better. That's why they brought us back.
Let me. There was no electoral victory.
Let me just finish. I'm saying this. The Minister of Interior appeared before Parliament. He was queried and he gave answers based on the preliminary data available to him at that time. You had members of Parliament there sitting there. They did the further questioning of the minister. The minister provided answers. Two, Fuseni sitting here is in a constituency as a former member of Parliament and being a member of the communication team of his party and serving on a very important committee of Baumia.
Very necessary detail.
Has all.
That's like coming
Has all opportunity to investigate those things that were being shared in his constituency, know where they're coming from, which institution or authority were sharing those things. Nobody will query him for that. That will help him to be able this morning to say that the things being shared by the member of Parliament were from NADMO or this. When we're in Parliament, Fuseni sitting here when COVID happened, all of us were given things to share.
Oh, really?
Were you not giving Veronica Bucket?
From Parliament?
Yes. Were you not giving those marks?
From Parliament?
Yes.
Really?
You forgot it?
I can't recall it. Seriously, I can't.
No, this morning he's forgotten.
I really can't recall it.
Giving.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Parliament as an institution. Parliament as an institution. Parliament as an institution.
Referencing.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm saying the members of Parliament were seen as the first point of contact to be able to reach out because there were certain restrictions at that time for movement of people from one place to the other. So in disaster times, the people who represent the people are the ones who first will be asked to intervene. When people have problems in their areas from the flooding, they didn't call NADMO, they called their MPs first. And the MPs will now make interventions from NADMO. So it is important for us to understand that in situations like that, the members of Parliament are key. For me, members of Parliament, assembly members, unit committee members are the most principal people who should be handy in gathering information, data for government.
Right.
And so those people should also be the contact to be able to reach people who have been affected by this disaster. Parliament, the minority has opportunity to summon the Minister of Finance, to come before them, to tell them where he's drawing that amount of money requested by the president from. You have that opportunity. And there's a certificate of agency. But so I don't know where this drama is coming from.
I think the bone of contention here is the fact that the fact that it's an emergency is not under dispute. I think it's the fact that there are legal proceedings regarding the ongoing garnish of the contingency fund and the Attorney General writes to BOG. And then before you know, Finance Minister has announced that funds have been released.
And I'm saying that there is an avenue.
Which of the avenues?
Use Parliament. Summon the Minister of Finance before the House.
You don't think the Attorney General,
of course,
based on the fact that it is an emergency, could have actually expedited the court proceedings?
Are you aware of the interaction between the Attorney General and the Minister of Finance?
No.
So how are we going to know? Unless we summon the Minister of Finance before Parliament.
For me as
unless
a Ghanaian,
we summon the Minister of Minister of Finance before Parliament. That's why we are all going to know the details of this.
For me as a Ghanaian, I am not privy to the details of whatever proceedings we have on our contingency fund. But it's scary for me to think that a country, per the architecture of our governance, we have agreed per our constitution, Article 177, to set up such emergency fund. And our Public Financial Management Act
says that the money can be used and then you come to Parliament for ratification.
No qualms about that.
Yes.
My fear and my point of worry, what makes me uncomfortable is that there are proceedings garnishing the fund. When we have an AG who is supposed to be the government lawyer
and the emergency, that the
lawyer of government. Why I shudder to think that we are unable to assess that fund.
Is the garnishing more important than the lives of the people who are in?
On the flip side, when it comes to public funding, I would even go to agree that if the government or whoever went to Parliament, whether minister, I suppose it would be the Minister of Finance, to the Finance Committee to seek for the funding.
This is serious.
There are other alternatives. The redistribution of appropriated funds so that funds could be moved about if it had been open and gone to the committee and said that, look, because of the limitations we have on our contingency fund, this is exactly what we are going to do. No problem. But when you go to Parliament and tell us that you are going to do the appropriations from the contingency fund, a fund that we know has limitations that you cannot access. However, we hear in the media that monies have been disbursed. We hear in the media that procurements have happened. We hear and see all around that there are distributions happening. We should be asking questions for transparency. And that is what our Public Financial Management Act enjoins us to do.
And I'm saying, use Parliament.
And we will continue to ask those questions.
Use Parliament.
We use Parliament.
Yes.
But the good people of Ghana also deserves to know.
If you use Parliament, won't the people know?
But holding a press conference is a tool that is available to a member of Parliament, to every caucus, that you can use. So you can, of course, once the parliamentary processes are happening, then you know that we are not in normal times when it goes to Parliament.
Oh, gracious me.
We are not in normal times. I have a question for both. There have been urgent questions. There have been requirements from the minority caucus in seeking to investigate certain specific sectors or parastatals and all of that with blockage, direct blockage. When Honorable Kojo Oppong Nkrumah and a few other MPs wanted the Gold Board to come to Parliament to be interrogated on the losses, extent of losses they are incurring, that is affecting our central bank. The Speaker blocked it.
Yes, what? Because the Gold Board is an
that
agency
makes me know.
under a particular
ministry. That makes me know.
So there is a minister you should summon.
The new standing orders in Parliament allows Parliament to invite virtually everybody.
Yes, but then you appear
whether or not you are under a sector minister or not.
The life of every Ghanaian is more important than any Ghanaian proceedings.
Thank you. Good. Thank you.
But then also we know, and the Attorney General being the if like lawyer for the president, knows that the Ghanaian proceedings can be set aside in an emergency situation as we have it. Why wasn't that done? You see, that is the bone of contention.
You and I sitting here today are speculating based upon what the minority is saying. You don't even know whether the Attorney General did that or not.
But they referenced the Attorney General's lawyer letter to the Bank of Ghana.
That what?
To go ahead with the disbursement or the release of the fund.
Yes, and what is wrong with that? The law says that in situations of emergency, actions can be taken and then you come to Parliament for ratification.
No, in the case, wait.
The PFM, you yourself, you know it.
The Public Financial Management Act.
That is why. That is why it makes it a shorter. Someone in the committee is not even referring to Parliament. plenary, no, just the committee.
The committee.
A committee of about maybe 10, 15 people. It's all you need to do. And then subsequently, you'll go to plenary. So it recognizes the exigencies of the action.
Right.
How important, and so it's a very, very short process. Go and just see the committee, get approval from the committee, and you can go ahead with it. That's it. So that is recognized. What we are saying is that our contingency fund is under restrictions, and that's a source of worry.
Very well.
And we know that it's under restrictions. However, between the AG and the minister, they've gone on to disburse funds. Where are the funds coming from?
And I'm saying,
let's give the final minute to
floor of the house.
We are utilizing the floor of the house. In the meantime,
why are you crying?
In the meantime, you also have to recognize that press conferences are
tools available to MPs.
To a member of parliament and the caucus. So them using those tools,
I'm giving you free
Right.
consultancy. You are abusing
We are not abusing
the forum of press conferences.
No,
because today you have done more press conferences than your total number of parliamentarians.
You know. That's why I keep telling you that we are not in normal times.
Honorable, thank you.
Because of the parliament that we have.
A few quick messages here.
When the speaker
I'm really enjoying this conversation, but the NPP members led by Fuseni in the studio are not helping the whole country at all. And now sometimes our politics becomes contradictory. When this flood occurred, NPP politicians demanded action from the president. But when the president takes action and provides support, the conversation immediately shifts into questioning everything without offering practical solutions. Let us ask the right questions.
They wanted the president to be dancing in the mud like the way Baumia was doing.
Baumia did not dance.
Good morning to you and your panel. Please, I want to know if the 350 million is coming from the contingency fund or where. Yes, indeed, that's what we've been told. Achia Danso Benjamin from Pig Farm. This one says, hi, Nana, please tell Nilante to stop throwing dust in our eyes. There's a difference between an MP supporting the people from his own funds and government funds being used to support the public. Using government funds to create the impression that the support is coming from you, the MP, is a no-brainer. Alaji, thank you.
Who benefits from it? I don't know.
Alaji, thank you. Honorable Van Apoy, thank you. This has been the news review segment on Breakfast Daily. I am Nana Tufo Boateng. Please, the show continues after this.
Every day, we make choices. Some big, some small.
What would you be doing today? I want this or...
Every day, we make choices. And sometimes, choices that shape our hearts.
Hi.
Whether it's a long-term or short-term decision. The Lydia Ranger gives you the power to truly decide. With Lydia, you truly decide.
Do you want a healthy smile?
I think most people need to know about oral cancer and oral cancer screening.
So oral cancers are deadly. They come late, which means by the time we're catching them, they're in grade 4 and we lose them. Best way to solve this is to catch them early, so we need to screen them more often. What do you guys do as hygienists?
So usually on the first visit, when our patients come in, we do a visual exam. So we'll palpate your neck, we'll check your lips, your tongue. We'll use a special light called an oral ID to detect abnormal tissues. We're looking for things like red patches, white patches that don't heal.
By the time we realize it's too late. So once the oral ID picks it up, we may have to biopsy and make sure you are clear. And if it comes out good, fine, we're happy. If it doesn't, we start treatment very early.
It's important that people are coming in at least every 6 months to get those things checked, especially since there are no symptoms. You may not know something's going on in your mouth until you come in for your dental visit.
Healthy smile.
What if your ideas could shape the future of education in Ghana?
If you were a brilliant pre-secondary student aged 11 to 15, this is your moment to shine. Welcome to the Literacy Challenge 2026, the national literacy competition that celebrates young thinkers, great writers, and future leaders. This year's challenge is all about artificial intelligence and education. The topic: in not less than 600 words, write a letter to the Minister of Education as a youth consultant discussing the advantages and disadvantages of the use of artificial intelligence AI in education. Advise on how Ghana can effectively integrate AI into basic schools to improve teaching and learning while ensuring that students in rural and underserved communities are not left out. Remember, your essay must be in your own handwriting, must be endorsed by a parent, guardian, or teacher, and include your full contact details. Submit your entry by Monday, 20th July 2026 at the front desk of Channel 1 TV or PO Box GP 14123, Accra Central. Stand the chance to win 10,000 Ghana cedis cash, a laptop, and earn the title of Ghana's most outstanding all-round pre-secondary student. For more information, call 0205-973-973. The Literacy Challenge 2026 is powered by City FM with support from Channel 1 TV, and it's proudly sponsored by Prospectus Ghana Limited, SIC Insurance, and Advocate Publishing.
Hello everybody, welcome to Vox Pop Central. Who brought cocoa to Ghana?
Cocoa Mama Tisro.
GRA, Ghana Registers Association.
Do due diligence.
Two diligences.
I was like, how?
Two diligences.
You bamboozled me.
You scatter me.
Hey, what about them? We didn't want to scatter them. What do you call the song you sing to make babies sleep?
We have many songs like Baby Careful in Bomamiete.
Because, hey!
Ete like me nation habu. Eshima papa.
What the?
Amekoma ye. Habu foi.
Okay, foi. So, whether it's a school, market, lorry station, or wherever I may find you, when you see me, Murife, don't run, don't run, don't run.
Vox Pop Central airs Thursdays at 7 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
Charlie, the Friday is set.
Let's get into the world of sports like never before. Join us every Friday at 7 p.m. on 97.3 City FM for Sports Panorama, your ultimate destination for all things sports. From the thrill of association football to the excitement of basketball, tennis, athletics, and even emerging sports, we cover it all. Whether it's the Premier League or the latest NBA showdown, we bring you the stories behind the stars.
If you are going to be given this kind of treatment, then you need to be that guy. When I look at him play, he is not it.
And don't miss the prayer of the rabbi. We're not just about the games, we're about the community.
Kaleda, you two guys, we love you all, yeah. You guys be hard guys, because see, before we go sign in, we had almost more than 200.
Or when it's time for Don't Call Me.
It's Don't Call Me time.
Tune in every Friday at 7 p.m. only on 97.3 City FM. Sports Panorama, where sports come alive. Sports Panorama, your weekly sports fix. Don't miss out on the action. Sports Panorama. Catch the excitement every Friday.
This is where stories rise, where strength speaks, and legends are born. From hundreds of entries, only 10 emerged as the 2026 Channel 1 Community Legends.
You're 14 years, you're among,
My name is Daisy Mina Enchi, 32.
Kong, the someone who is from Western North. Sefi Adofwa.
We have it that wherever you travel to, home is home.
10 legends, 10 inspiring journeys, one platform. From struggle to success, from purpose to impact. Hear their remarkable stories.
In a place where almost nothing is available.
I have a foundation called Grace on Duty Foundation.
Whatever they are going through is part of the struggle. That should even give them the motivation to learn.
Because I'm a game changer wherever I go.
Tune in every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. and be inspired by the people changing lives in their communities. Only on Channel 1 TV. Channel 1 Community Legends. Real people, real impact, real inspiration.
All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You are all welcome to Breakfast Daily right here. As you already know, Nana Tufo started the show with his panelists as they, dissected different topics that are shaping the nation politically. My name is Chris Carter.
And I am Wahab Abdulrazak. It's always a pleasure to join you this. Chris?
Yes.
Another day.
Yes, another day, another dollar, and another, segment to share with everyone. But if you're wondering what we're going to be having today, it's going to be very exciting, and you definitely do not want to miss it because we have so much in store for you. We'll be getting into our communities, looking at trends, and of course, we will also be checking our health because later on, we'll be looking at Doctor in the House. But anyway, remember that you are free to be part of this show. In fact, we do this show for you, so definitely you are the center of everything that we are doing. Feel free to send in your messages, your questions, your messages to your loved ones or well wishes to your loved ones, and also your contributions to every conversations that we'll be having via the WhatsApp number on the screen. If you are on YouTube, you have the comment section right there. Use it and we will get to read every comment right here on the show. So let us start with some of the reminders. What do we have here?
Yes. So let's first check the weather. What is telling it's telling us so that our viewers are able to plan their day weather. Let's check out the weather forecast.
All right. An 18-hour forecast for Ghana, valid from 6 a.m. and it's for today, the 9th of July, 2026. And the summary of today's weather: there's going to be localized light rain is expected over parts of the coast this morning. Meanwhile, thunderstorm will continue to affect the extreme upper west as patches of mist or fog are likely over the coastal forest and mountainous areas. By afternoon, sunny conditions will prevail over much of northern Ghana, while thunderstorms with or without rain are expected to develop over parts of the middle sector amid mostly cloudy conditions elsewhere. And this is from the Ghana Meteorological Agency. Feel free to follow them on all social media platforms to stay updated with the weather forecast and also to prepare yourself around the weather this period. If you're not following them, please do. They're on all social media platforms like WhatsApp, where they actually have a channel. I think they're on TikTok too, they're on YouTube, and they are also on X. And if you are doing that and you also want extra, you can also download any weather app on your Google Play Store or your iOS store, and then you can stay updated with the weather. Anyway, like I said earlier, we have some reminders for you.
Yes, so let's start with the Northern Business Fair coming 25th and 26th of July 2026. We are bringing you the biggest business and trade showcase at the Tamale Jubilee Park. So starting 6 a.m. to 6 a.m. every day, we will bring you that. So there's going to be investors, innovators, there's going to be business leaders, there's going to be entrepreneurs, SMEs and all that. So if you're a business owner, if you're an entrepreneur across the 5 northern regions and even beyond, you stand a chance to be there. You can contact us on 0205-973-9732 to book your slot and also make enquiries about that. I want to say a big thank you to EcoBank, the National Petroleum Authority, NPA, and GEPA for supporting us. So coming 25th and 26th of July at the Jubilee Park, Tamale, we're bringing you that Northern Business Fair 2026. This is the 2nd edition, and as you know, we're going to be bigger and better. So yes, book your slot. You can contact us. This number is 0205-973-973 to make enquiries and also reserve a spot to showcase your business to a cross-section of entrepreneurs, buyers, investors, and business leaders. Chris, what do you have?
All right, the Literacy Challenge 2026 is here, and it's also bigger and better. As you all know, this is a challenge for pre-secondary school students. So we are asking you, the parents and the teachers, and of course the schools, to encourage the students to all be part of this, because this actually contributes to their education, not just about reading and writing, but also pushes them to think critically. And the topic to enter this year's Literacy Challenge is, in not less than 600 words, write a letter to the Minister of Education as a youth consultant discussing the advantages and disadvantages of the use of artificial intelligence, also known as AI, in education. Advice on how Ghana can effectively integrate AI into basic schools to improve teaching and learning while ensuring that students in rural and undeserved communities are not left behind. If you are 11 to 15 years old, this actually works perfectly for you. So do not miss it. Please, parents and guardians, please advise your students and your children and your wards to be part of this, because at the end of the day, you are not going to be called only the winner of the Literacy Challenge 2026, but you are going to be taking home 10,000 Ghana cedis and, of course, a laptop. And the exciting thing about this year's own, you are going to be repping your region. So there are guidelines to be part of this. The guidelines are: essays must be handwritten by participants. When you're done with that, you add your full contact details, and remember, it must be endorsed by your parent, guardian, and teacher. I hope the parents, guardians, and teachers are listening. Please endorse this essay after your wards or children have written the letter. And if you are going to be posting that, you can post it via the Literacy Challenge P.O. Box GP 14123. The Literacy Challenge P.O. Box GP 14123, Accra Central, or you can deliver it here at Channel 1 TV, premises located at Tesano here in Accra. But if you want more details, if you want to ask more questions, all you need to do is call the number 0205-973-973, 0205-973-973. While we are telling you to write these letters, remember that the submission deadline is the 20th of July at 5 p.m. You definitely do not want to miss the deadline. So even if you bring it at 4:49, we'll still take it. But as soon as it's 5 o'clock, nothing is going to be changing the fact that we won't be picking it at exactly at 5 o'clock. Anyway, this is powered by City FM and supported by Channel 1 TV and proudly sponsored by Prospectus Ghana Limited, SIC Insurance, and Advocate Publishing.
Right, and today the episode 12 of the Blankstones drama series is airing. As you know, the time is 7:30 p.m. today, 7:30 p.m. So it airs every Thursday, 7:30 p.m. And just like always, each episode keep getting better. And today it's all about drama, like the show gives you. So a family had prepared to receive a guest, only for a wrong person to arrive, and they had received the person warmly and all that. Later on, the original person they were anticipating arrived, and I'm sure you're laughing already, yes? So that's mixed feelings. That is what we're going to be bringing you at 7:30 p.m. on Channel 1 television. But if you miss it, don't worry, because we got you covered. We repeat it at 11:30 a.m. on Fridays. On Saturdays, we can get the repeat at 7 p.m. On Sundays, 4:30 p.m. Tuesdays, you can get it at 3 p.m. And on Wednesday, a day before the new episode airs, you can get it at 5:30 p.m. Want to say a big thank you to NASCO, Lizzie Shuto, Out Insecticide Spray, Everpark, and Lily Rice. This is a Channel 1 TV production.
All right, and I'm sure a lot of you have sent some messages that I hear, wondering why we haven't been showing it. Because of the World Cup, obviously. The World Cup actually interrupted some of our viewings. But hey, we're almost getting to an end. But
yes.
And anytime, it's Thursday, and anytime it's, Thursday and we do not have any match, of course we would show it. So just sit and stay with us, because nothing has happened to it. It's just because of the World Cup. That is why it's been a bit off and on. But hey, we're still here with the Blankstones, and tell a friend to tell a friend that the Blankstones is produced by Channel 1 TV, and it's still airing. So that's what we have for reminders for now. But it's time for us to get into the trends. If you're wondering what the trends are all about, as the hot topics that are making waves on social media, and sometimes they can actually go as news items, because definitely everyone is talking about it, and everyone wants to be part of that thread when it comes to commentating, the views, your ideas on certain situations. So yeah, this is what we're going to be looking at. We pick them from Facebook, Instagram, X or Twitter, and also TikTok, and etc. Now, the first one here, so before we check that, no, let's take a breather, and when we come back, because right now I think I need to just sip a bit, and then we'll come back and let's get into the conversation. All right, so the first one, we are heading all the way to East Africa. Uganda actually has banned lawyers from calling judges my lord, my lord, my lord. Others end to courtroom bouts. So the whole,
my lord.
Yeah, it's ending in Uganda, and I'm sure you're wondering why. Anyway, let's get straight into it. The president of the Uganda Law Society, Isaac K. Skemakade has issued an executive order abolishing the use of colonial era honorifics and rituals of deference by lawyers, and also declaring that members of the legal profession should no longer bow before judges or judicial officers, or address judicial officers as my lord, or my lordship, or my lady, or your worship. My lord, your lordship, my lady, or your worship. So the directive titled Executive Order RNB number 12 of 2026 was issued on Tuesday, July 7, 2026 to coincide with Sabah Day, which commemorates resistance against authoritarianism in East Africa. In the other, Semakade argued that Uganda's judiciary has been weakened by executive interference, judicial corruption, prolonged delays, selective justice, and what he described as systematic failures to address enforced disappearances, torture, and attacks against lawyers. Yeah, so this is actually what is coming from Uganda. I also think it's actually not a bad idea.
Yes, it's a step in the
it's
right
actually
direction.
not a bad idea, because we're no more in the colonial era, and if we're no more in the colonial era, I think we should also have our own rules when it comes to our own judicial system. But if you're asking people not to call people my lord, my ladyship, and all that, why are we still wearing the wigs? It's time to throw the wigs away.
Right.
So I don't know if the wigs are also part of it, but hopefully all that is also part, looked at too, because I personally think the wigs are bogus.
You see, most of these symbols are just to show respect to the institution of the judiciary and all that.
You see, it shows, you claim it shows respect.
But for me, yes, it shows respect, but it's not all about that. The symbolic reforms in the courtroom language, it goes beyond that. There should be, F is for respect. There are things that needs to be reformed so that the respect for the institution will be there. Like corruption, delay in cases.
Yeah, the delay in cases are the one that make me sad, because one case can take forever.
Exactly.
Yes,
and they keep adjourning and adjourning. and
then
it goes
you
nowhere.
might not even get justice because you'll be chasing these people.
These are some of the
things happen to you. Yeah.
Those are some of the things that need to be reformed to give the people that trust, so that if the trust is there, they will certainly respect that institution.
Yeah.
The respect that we are looking for will be there, not a mere courtroom language change or dress code change. I think we should go beyond that.
But if we're going to do, see, if we're talking about the dress code change, I really think the wigs are very bogus, because honestly, the wigs are colonial signs.
Yeah.
Those were the hairstyles most of the colonial masters had, with the little ponytail at the end there, or the little piggy tail, actually, not ponytail, the piggy tail at the end of the hair there. If you watch those movies, those were exactly how they looked like. So I think that should be removed. Anyway, let's check out some of the comments, and when we come back, we would continue with what we have here.
So Abioko says Nigerian judges no go agree.
Because they like respect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Ohiro, we get my lord, we get your worship, we even get the emperor and the conqueror of the bar. Right. All these are just for respect, but yeah. So this is good that Africans rise up. So Brief Finger Africa. Imagine correcting yourself halfway through a court session. Old habits don't retire easily. I think I agree with him. It will take time for them to adapt and adjust to this new change. T's here, Nigeria needs to follow suit.
Yeah.
The unbrokenness.
Unbroken One says, love it.
Love it.
J. Cog says, when we reach my turn to be judged, now then we won't stop my lord, now lie you. I support this with my full chest. This is from Hayo Samuel. Nigeria, my country, my lord, if I may. So yeah, surface changes. The entire legal system is a colonial heritage. This is by Lem Harry. So that's exactly what I was saying. So because it's a big colonial, it's time for us to also add our own, would like to reforms and policies that also work for our part of the country. That's what I think. And for me, I think the whole prolonged delays thing should be one of the ones that should be abolished.
Exactly.
If you want to look at a case, look at it once and for all without having to delay people, because people actually die waiting for their cases.
It's erodes the trust that people have in these
It's
institutions,
a lot,
which are meant for, meant to, you know, ensure justice.
Yeah, and the part of selective justice, so I also like that. I think those sort of issues also need to be abolished. I think every African court, or every court generally, because you're dealing with people, every court actually needs to sit up. That's what I think. Anyway, we have a last one here. Let's check out the last one. Love this. African wake-up call, I hope. So this is from Babatunde Tenhinse. All right, so the next one, Egypt lodged complaint to FIFA over refereeing in World Cup defeat to Argentina. So obviously yesterday we had a conversation on Egypt where the coach was actually putting out the no to racism, FIFA no to racism sign, which is an X up when the third goal from Argentina was scored, because they had complained that there should be, you know, they should look at the VAR system, but then they didn't mind them. So he was not too happy about that. So the Egyptian Football Association, which is the EFA, has filed an official complaint with FIFA over the refereeing in Egypt's 3-2 defeat by Argentina in the round of 16 at the 2026 World Cup, local media reported on Tuesday. The FA's complaints centers on several refereeing decisions, including a goal disallowed after a VAR review and a late penalty appeal involving Mohamed Salah that the association said was not reviewed. Egypt surrendered at a 2-0 lead in the final 15 minutes after losing the knockout match, which was officiated by French referee Francois Letizia. And Egypt head coach Hossam Hassan was also booked during the game after making what the FA described as an anti-racism gesture toward the referee. And a little birdie told me, I don't know how true that is, but maybe someone from sports has to tell us, that the next Argentinian match, most of the referees are Argentinian. So I'm wondering why everything seems to be favoring Argentina this time around.
It's very concerning, and my major concern now is how this petition by the Egyptian Football Association is going to go. This World Cup seemed to be a little bit influenced, or let me say more influence, is seeing a lot of influence. Let's look at what happened to Balongo, red card, suspension and all that. All seems to be against African teams, if I should say so. Look at what happened to Ghana. It's the same thing that England saw, but they went away with it. So it's very sad. A competition, a tournament that is meant to bind all of us across, you know, the world, and at the end of the day, a section, it's being treated unfairly in the broad daylight. So that's unacceptable. It's very you know, bad.
Yeah, so talking about that too, there was also a headline that came up that the FBI is also investigating the Argentinian national team because there might be, you know, some links of money laundering going through that system too. So it seems like Argentina has just been on heat recently. And yeah, well, a lot happens in every industry, but you wouldn't expect to see it in football. But we saw it in basketball, where the FBI also investigated an issue of, I think it was betting frauds. Yeah. So now, if the FBI have come into it, then that means maybe something might be going on. We never know. But at the end of the day, I just hope football stays and remains what it was meant to be. That is bringing people together and stops the whole discrimination against certain teams or certain regions, right? But then again, kudos to Egypt. I hope that their case is heard and also reviewed, and also they get justice if they feel they were not, treated
Rightly
well.
so, because if it can be done to for some people, it must be done for an African team as well.
Yeah.
Yes. But let's check out some comment on this particular one. So Louise, I don't think they were robbed at all, genuinely low, so that's somewhere. They were just terrible at defending the last 15 minutes of the last 15 minutes. They were 2-0 up, never a rob. Well, they were 2-0 up, never a robbery. Well, so that's Louis there. Mitch. Football fans don't want special treatment. We just want consistency. That's the frustrating part. That's Mitch for that one there. So Estrat. How does Egypt get away with dragging McAllister on the ground for a full 5 seconds with no call? How does Salah get away with no yellow card for driving after losing the ball and diving after losing the ball and getting nutmegged? And he tried to kick the player too while he was down. Well, so that's that one from Estrada.
So Dwight Kushner is saying Egypt bottled a 2-0 lead with 20 to go, and now it's FIFA's fault. Classic. Nothing will happen. Just move on. Tinox is saying only a miracle on the pitch will get FIFA to rewrite history. But hey, miracles do happen. Just ask the weather forecast.
Indeed, miracles do happen. Let's see how it goes. I don't think this is going to go anywhere. But it's good that at least they've taken the initiative to test the laws as FIFA has it, because they themselves brought out the regulations and all that.
No, but so, you see, that's the problem. I think when it comes to football, everyone at least needs to be heard. So it's not as if it shouldn't go anywhere. It should be looked at. It should be reviewed. Then decisions should be made. If you get your justice or not, I think every case still needs to be reviewed, because in this case right now, if FIFA ignores Egypt, then that's a big problem. Then that is to say that you can actually listen to Donald Trump's call, but you cannot listen to a smaller team from Africa or a team from Africa or an Arab team, like you will put it. So I think the best thing to be done is that at least they have a listening ear to their case. If justice is served, great. If any decisions are made to, great at the end of the day. Anyway, so what's the next one?
All right, so we have Stonebwoy, the BIM Nation president. So he's set to send his BIM First to London with a historic Wembley Arena debut. So he's been doing that over the years here in Ghana, but this time around, he has taken it to international. So Stonebwoy is set to stage the international debut of his flagship festival, BIM First in London, marking the first time a Ghanaian artist will headline the OVO Arena Wembley. The event is scheduled for August 15, 2026, and will form part of what organizers describe as a major expansion of the festival beyond West Africa. So BIM First, which is held annually in Accra and typically attract thousands of attendees, has become one of Ghana's most prominent artist-led live music events. So that is it with Stonebwoy. BIM First every December he hosts it, and this time around he says no, let's expand our wings and take it international. Yes, over the years he's been trying, shows back and forth international, but he wants to hold his own show international, and I think this is a great move. Over the years we've seen the consistency, we've seen the work of Ghanaian artists in general, right? If others are neighbors, Nigerians are doing it, we can also doing it. We can also do it, and this is a good one for the entertainment industry. And yeah,
I mean, the entertainment industry should be able to move, whether anybody is doing it or not. Everybody should actually yearn for more. And he yearning for more is exactly what he's doing by headlining his own show at the Wembley. And the Wembley is, the OVO Wembley is a 12,500 capacity. Yeah, capacity. A sitter, right? And also 12,500. I think that's a good challenge for him. And I know people will support him since he's headlining at the end of the day because he has tried. And it's also a good thing for him to move it from Ghana to London. And we're not saying, or he's not saying that it's not going to happen in Ghana again, but it's also great for him to say, okay, if we have a Ghana version, we can also have a London version, because also there are a lot of Ghanaians in the diaspora that also want to enjoy the local concerts too. So I think it's a great one. It's actually a very great one. And there are so many acts that have gone there. So for him being the first Ghanaian is actually a very good one.
Yeah, a very good one. Previously, we've had Kwaku Smoke, and so it's going to feature Kwaku Smoke, Sina So, and a lot of people he's named, a lot of actors who are going to be there to support him. That's great. The Ghanaian diaspora Indy have shown a lot of support for artists whenever they go out there to perform and all that. And yes, we know that this very one is also going to see that kind of support that over the years they've shown them. Yeah, so we wish him all the best. Let's check some comment, what social media have been saying on this. So this is Cham Belen. He said, don't cancel the show later, with a laughing emoji. All right. So Tough Seed, another historic night loading with 2 fire emojis. A shaman mayor, mad, hey, Charlie, we are 3 much. Right, so that's a shaman mayor with that comment there. Yao Mystic, I don't have the money to travel with you, but I'm going to support you physical and spiritually. Go there and make Ghana and Beam Native proud. I believe in you, my godfather. Cheba for flying from Ghana to London to witness this. One God with fire emoji. So that's what social media have been saying on that. All the best to Stonebwoy and the Beam Native. Let's check out our video for the day.
All right, and that's what happens when you're not wearing
take off my
your
glasses.
So you should be talking to the flower.
It was just by the way. Right, and so up next is community focus.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's time for us to get into our communities, and today we are going to Kumasi. What's happening in Kumasi? So the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly, that's the KMA, has actually begun a major enforcement exercise against sanitation offenders, which is a very good thing, with 11 individuals arrested for allegedly violating sanitation bylaws. We actually have a report on this, and this report is by Hafiz. Let's check out the report, and when we come back, we will go straight into conversations with him and understand what is happening and what's the way forward.
The officers, supported by military personnel, have also locked up shops belonging to offenders whose premises were found to be in unsanitary conditions. The team entered homes and inspected the sanitation compliance level of shop owners and businesses within the Dichemsu community. Those who failed to comply with the sanitation laws were picked up.
Some of them accumulation of construction waste, which wastewater has, stormwater has washed into the drain. Some have accumulated refuse and burned them. Some have their frontage very untidy. And so these are some of the issues that we have identified. One particular area that we are concerned has to do with the accumulation of construction sand, where people have accumulated them right beside the drain. And then when it rains, everything washes into the drain, thereby blocking the drain. So we are taking all of them on to make sure that the Lord deals with them accordingly.
The team also had confrontations with some offenders at one of the stops at the Latter-day Saint Church.
The nuisance is even existing. The nuisance is even existing.
Madam, Madam, please, let's go. Please, let's go.
The KMA says it will sustain the exercise until residents and households ensure improved sanitary conditions.
And so what we are saying is that it will continue unabated. We have made several announcements, especially in these communities. Areas that will be visited will continue with the announcement, telling them to put their environment clean. When we come around and we identify any nuisance, it means you have decided not to abide by our notice, and we'll take you on.
Some residents claim the reason for the pile-up of refuse is because tricycle waste collectors do not visit the communities.
Next time I see you. Bola what be sick hours almost a baby or mutugunayam. And yes, I see a fear, nephew, is what I think as about my summer, and yes, I buy no, yes, Reno, or maybe be empire ball.
The team says it will process arrested individuals for court in the coming days. The enforcement exercise, which began on Monday, led to the arrest of 12 people in Dichemso, with 10 of them immediately prosecuted before the Prempeh Circuit Court.
Of all the 12 that was sent there, 9 of them were sentenced to 100 penalty units each. A unit is 12 cedis, and then out of them we had 2 who were also sentenced to 140 penalty units. And in default, you're supposed to be jailed for 10 days.
A visit to other parts of the community on the second day revealed even more disturbing sanitary conditions in homes and this school operating in the area. The washrooms, the compound, and the premises of the Special Light International School were all in unkempt states, with officers considering a temporary closure. The owner of the school and 10 other individuals in the area were arrested and sent to court. The court convicted all offenders and fined them accordingly.
And so we arrested them as usual and brought them for prosecution. Now the court has taken them through due process. They have been fined. All the 11 have been fined between 100 penalty units and 120 penalty units. The offenses range between people connecting their effluent into public drains, accumulation of refuse.
In a twist that highlights the scale of the sanitation challenge, the very court hearing these sanitation cases is itself contending with poor sanitary conditions. The public washrooms serving the courts were found to be unkempt, raising questions about sanitation standards at public institutions. When I asked the environmental health officer about the situation, this was the response.
We have been here, myself, the coordinator, and then the mayor. A mayor has promised to get them a washroom, so he has tasked his engineer to come and do the assessment. I was here when the engineer came and took the measurement, so plans are underway to get them a fitting washroom.
The exercise is expected to continue in the subsequent days.
Oh wow! Oh wow! Wow! That is a lot of that is a lot of mess from individuals, and not just individuals. Some of this also institutions too. We've seen the one of the school, we've seen the court, and oh my God, I can't believe it. And this is how people living and working, and also school students. I mean, students are supposed to be around this whole thing, but it's a good move that
by the assembly.
By the assembly, you understand? I feel like it's a very good move, and also I like the fact that everybody's fined. This is not the me pacho type, and then everybody goes home. I like the fact that they were actually taken to court and fined.
Chris, beyond the prosecution, you see, this particular situation goes beyond prosecution, because in the video reports we heard residents complaining that their waste have been sitting there because the landfill site, the dump site are all full, and as a result, the waste collectors are not coming around to pick them, and that is another issue. So the assembly, it's not as an excuse for them to live in such an unsanitary conditions. Look at the washrooms; it's unacceptable. Behind their houses, stagnant waters. You are harming your neighbors as well, not only yourself. This is going to serve as a breeding ground for mosquitoes and all other things. Look at the houses in that area, and that small drain, it's unacceptable. But assembly should also step in and solve the underlying issues.
Right. So we actually have Hafiz on the line, and he brought us this report. Hello, Hafiz.
Hi, Chris.
How are you? Welcome to the show.
I'm well. Tell Wahab I said he's a big man. he has two powerful names. Abdul Razak, Abdul Wahab.
Right. All right. So let's get straight into the conversation. All right. So you actually experienced this. What do you think must have led to all these problems, especially from the people? Because they are talking about the fact that the trash collectors are not coming to those areas to pick it up. But at the same time, do you think anything would have been done better, even if the trash collectors are not coming, since you actually witnessed this whole thing yourself?
But Chris, first of all, I would say it's enforcement issue. From the onset, the enforcement of the sanitation laws have not been done very consistently and continuously, because this waste issue just started some months back. It's not even up to, let's say, 2 months. So the residents cannot just blame the situation on the absence of the waste collectors not coming to their areas. Even before, these were some of the situations we were finding at some of these areas. And the KMA task force, or the sanitation task force, before going to the place, had done some recce to look at the areas where these activities were happening. So it's not as if they just woke up and from their offices they went to these places or this community. They had done some kind of surveillance before even going to the place. So the enforcement, so coming from the local authorities, so the assemblyman who has been elected by the people and representing the assembly or the people at the assembly level should maybe be relaying some of this information, or also trying to do his side of, or their side of the enforcement before even the assembly itself will come in.
Yeah.
So that's all that has been lacking. That's why we are seeing some of these challenges. And enforcement also boils down to inspection. So you look at the school situation. Before this man set up the school, he was given the go-ahead by the authorities, the education unit, and other institutions who had come to inspect the facility. So what was done? What was the inspection that was done before every permit or document was given to him for him to operate? So I would say it's enforcement. The enforcement has not been done so consistently, and also the general attitude of the residents or the public towards sanitation.
All right. So talking about the enforcement, do the law enforcers actually agree that they are also at fault, that there is also a missing plug somewhere? Because you cannot just go around just arresting people when you are also not accountable of your own, own lagging behind.
Well, for them, they say it is a general. They are also blaming the situation on the attitude of the people. They say they have been educating people, they have been giving them warnings, they have been going to these communities. But whenever they go to some of these communities to give them education, the residents listen to whatever has been said by the people who have gone to do the education. But later when they go back to these communities, the situation is either the same or becomes so worse. So they are also blaming the situation on the public attitude, the attitude the residents or the community members are approaching with towards sanitation and all that. So they have faulted themselves in terms of getting the enforcement done because they can't be there forever, according to them. But whenever they give the education and go back, the residents are not willing to also maybe take up the challenge to clean their frontages, to clean their premises, and also ensure that the sanitation situation within these communities are very good so that people will not even come chasing them to do what is right.
All right. Thank you, Hafiz. Hafiz, could you just hold on a bit? We have the Environmental Health Officer of the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly on the line, Mr. Kweku Opoku, who is on the line. Hi, Mr. Kweku. How are you?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. You are welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
All right, so let's get straight into it. Obviously, we can see that there's been a clampdown and also people being persecuted because of sanitation issues. When did this whole investigation start?
So let me thank you very much for this opportunity, and also say a very good morning to your cherished viewers and then listeners, and also a good morning to the mayor of the city. Yes, so let me start by saying that we had some engagement at management level, and there was this issue to step up our game in terms of enforcement. So it was agreed that even though we were doing, as it were, quote unquote, the summer work, we needed to infuse a lot more energy into it in order to ensure compliance in terms of environmental sanitation. And so at that level where Mayor is the head, it was agreed that we need to constitute a task force made up of environmental health officers who is leading the charge, the military, and then the guards, the city guards, so that we all support in this direction in clamping down those who are flouting environmental sanitation rules. So that decision was taken about a month ago, but then we needed to also give public notice and announcement that this is the result of the assembly, so that it doesn't come as a surprise to anyone. So we did announcements in some selected area that we wanted to visit, that the team will visiting those areas. And for that matter, we want everybody to keep the environment clean, so that when we come and whoever has not done as we have directed, we will take the person on and have the person prosecuted. So that is how come this initiative started. We started last Monday, and as I speak with you, we're just preparing to move out, and then your call came. So that is in summary what I can tell you on what we are doing.
Right. Some residents complain that there is a shortage in waste collection, collectors coming around to pick their refuse. What is the assembly doing to address these concerns?
They are concerned. Come again. I didn't get the question well.
Well, so from our reports that we've received, some residents were complaining that the waste collectors and all that do not come around to pick their refuse because of one or two issues. What is the assembly doing about that?
Let me tell you the truth on the ground. You see, whenever you want to do an enforcement, people will have some excuses to the infractions that they have created on the ground. The issues that we took up, or the issues that when we went to the ground we saw, it was not only about refuse. There were some who have dumped construction waste in front of their premises. Some have heaped of sand that when it rains, the storm water washes into the drain. So yes, apparently there may be some challenges, but we have these Aboboya in the communities working. We have other service providers in the system who are also providing the needed service. So what I'm saying is that yes, definitely you have people wanting to give excuses for their inaction. But that is not to say that the assembly is reneging on its responsibility of making sure that the waste that are generated is collected and then sent to the final disposal site.
Right. How is the health situation in the area as far as you are concerned? You are the environmental health officer. Are you experiencing surge in any, issues, health-related issues as far as those unsanitary issues are concerned?
This question will be very difficult for me to. But currently, when, especially in the rainy season, most of us are looking for the outbreak of cholera. But currently, there hasn't been any reported case of cholera. But then if you want details about specific health conditions, then to be appropriate, we get that information from the Ghana Health Service. They may be able to give data on those issues that we are looking at. But in terms of cholera, in this era, nothing of that sort has been reported.
All right. So what's next for you? What's next for you as a sanitation and environmental health officer?
So we are doing our job as usual. This morning we are preparing to go out to visit one of the communities and see the situation and call for the abatement of nuisances that we identify on the ground. So
would there be arrests made?
Certainly, when we hit the ground and we realize, because where we are visiting, we have made the announcement and they are aware. And interesting, let me tell you one thing. Yesterday, I was monitoring one of your radio stations, and a community member was attesting to the improvements that has come in the area that we have visited since we went there. So it means that whatever effort we are putting in is yielding results. And so when we go and upon all the announcements and upon all the engagement that we have had on the radio station since we began, I've had a number of engagement with radio stations. And we've been sounding warnings that will be coming.
Right.
So if we come and you have not done the needful, there's no excuse. All we have to do is to send you to the court and then go and answer why you have left your place unkempt. Yeah.
All right. So how will you ensure that this actually continues and it's not just a phase?
Yes, it will continue.
How will you ensure that?
What I have I'm even in a meeting. As I speak with you, my officers are with me here. What I've indicated to them is that this team is working, but the other officers should also go behind us and see what is happening. If there are some gaps, they will also take it up for us. So it's going to be something that is going to continue unabated. We are not going to stop. It's our job, and we are going to ensure that the way we have started, we sustain it to ensure that we have a cleaner environment that we are all seeking for.
All right. All right, thank you so much, Mr. Kweku Opoku, who's the Sanitation and Environmental Health Officer at KMA, that's the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly. And we also want to say a very thank you to Hafiz Tijani, our Middle Belt Bureau Chief, Channel 1, for bringing this report. And I like the fact that, yes, there's been a bit of improvement. My own worry is that it shouldn't just be a phase, but something that should be held and continued even when these people are no more in office.
Yeah,
all right?
The introduction of the Sama is actually a great move. Those days, it used to be a social control mechanism. When immediately people hear, they call them town council. Town council for, you see, they get up and do the, it means we know what is right.
Right.
It's just in discipline.
Right. So anyway, that's it for what we have, or what we're bringing to you from our communities. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to be speaking about our health.
The Friday is set.
Let's get into the world of sports like never before. Join us every Friday at 7 p.m. on 97.3 City FM for Sports Panorama, your ultimate destination for all things sports. From the thrill of association football to the excitement of basketball, tennis, athletics, and even emerging sports, we cover it all. Whether it's the Premier League or the latest NBA showdown, we bring you the stories behind the stars.
If you are going to be given this kind of treatment, then you need to be that guy. When I look at him play, he is not it.
And don't miss the prayer of the rabbi. We're not just about the games, we're about the community.
Khaleda, you two guys, we love you all, yeah. You guys be hard guys, because see, before we go sign in, we had almost more than 200.
Or when it's time for Don't Call Me.
It's Don't Call Me time.
Tune in every Friday at 7 p.m. only on 97.3 City FM. Sports Panorama, where sports come alive. Sports Panorama, your weekly sports fix. Don't miss out on the action. Sports Panorama. Catch the excitement every Friday.
In a nation full of questions, where truth often hides behind noise, one show dares to ask what truly matters face to face. With fearless clarity and a quest for accountability, host Umaru Sanda Amadou sits down with the movers and shakers of politics, governance, society, and business, confronting the issues that define our national conversation.
Yes, I am Umaru Sanda Amadou. This is Face to Face, and you're welcome.
I say very often on the floor of Parliament that when we were in government, we got some things right, we got some things wrong.
Are you still planning to go to Parliament, or you want to look at National Party office position?
No, I'll be going back to Parliament. There's an unfinished business which I need to do.
Sports has three legs: development, management, and promotion.
Disintegration is extreme. We do not wish that even on your worst enemy.
Every Tuesday at 9 p.m., join Umaru Sanda Amadou on Face to Face as he digs deeper, challenges power, and reveals the stories shaping Ghana's future. Only on Channel 1 TV.
Hello everyone, it's Doctor in the house and you are welcome. My name is Chris Carter. I'm excited to be here with you, and of course, as you all know, this is the show I like to call you into the hospital to actually talk to a doctor. So in the house, but if you are joining us for the first time, you know that this is a very interactive show. Just listen to the topic that we're going to be discussing and then send in your questions for the doctor to answer. You have to send it while we are still on the show, and that's when the doctor gets to answer it. But if you send it after, I'm not too sure that he might get it or you might get the answer. So it's best for you to sit down, relax, and send in your questions that you have for the doctor. So we have Dr. Ebo Daniels, who's a medical director at Solis Hospital. We're still continuing with our series, and he's actually a leading voice in preventive health care in Ghana, focused on shifting the mindset from treating illness to preventing it. He also champions the Switch Health movement, switching from healthcare to preventive health, driving a national shift toward early detection and long-term wellness. So today we are going to be looking at our eyes and how it's actually destroying our sleep, our spine, and overall health. You have an eye, I have an eye. So the best thing for you to do is sit, relax, watch this, and ask your questions. Hi, Doc, how are you? Great. How's everything? All right, Doc, so let's get into the conversation. The first question I'm just going to ask you, how does the phone actually destroy our eyes, our spine, and our health in general? So let's start with the eyes.
Okay. Thank you very much, Chris, and thank you for having me. Greetings to all our viewers all around the world. The phone has a lot of effects on virtually every part of the body. And it's not just the eyes that the phone affects. That's why I wanted us to look at in totality how the phone affects virtually every part of the body. But like you said, we'll start with the eye. And the eye is the tool that is meant for vision. And in the past, the eyes were meant for long or distant vision. But because now we've been so fixated to phones, most of our vision is now short vision.
Short-sighted.
Not short-sighted per se. When you look at something far away, your eyes are more relaxed. There are some muscles in the eye that help us to be able to focus on objects. We call them the ciliary muscles and then the extraocular muscles. So anytime I look at, so if I look at something outside, the eyes are relaxed. But once I take a phone and then I bring it close to my eyes, those muscles have to work harder to be able to converge the light rays to see it because it's very close to the eye. And because we don't look at phones from far distances, it means that all the time the eye is under strain to be able to focus onto the phone because it's shorter to you. So when that continues for a long time, we call it computer vision syndrome if you are using a computer, or digital eye strain if you are using a phone. And then the eye, because it also has protective layers, the eye blinks normally 15 to 20 times every minute. 15 to 20 times. But ask yourself, how many times do you blink when you are watching a movie? Because you don't want to miss any of the scenes. Virtually, you are fixated and you don't blink. Now, whenever you blink, there are some glands in the eye that we call the lacrimal ducts. They produce glands. They produce tears to lubricate the eye. So it means that if you are somebody who watches the phone all the time, or your eyes are always fixated on the computer, you are going to decrease this blink rate from 15 to 20 to about 5 to 7. So the eye is going to get little tears, let me say plaster.
Or lubrication.
Lubrication is going to get dry, and when it gets dry, what happens is that your vision is going to get blurred, and you are going to start getting something of a sort of inflammation.
And I get headaches.
And then you can also get headaches.
I actually have it, the dry eye syndrome.
Very good, the dry eye syndrome. Because you are not blinking enough for the eye to get lubricated. And when that also happens too, with time, blurred vision, the headaches, and these are some of the complications you get when you use the phone or the computer for a long period of time. The WHO actually says that in 2050, about 50% of the global population is going to get something we call myopia.
Yep.
And myopia is because of why the reason we are talking about today, the what do you call it, the phones. People are so focused on the short distance vision instead of the long distance. We are no more even interacting with each other. Our interactions are now on the screens. And then have you asked yourself why people in advanced countries or this part of the country, virtually you go to most international schools or schools that are, let's say, well-to-do parents send their kids, and virtually half of them are with lenses.
Yeah.
But you go to the villages and very few people are using lenses. So most kids now are using lenses because of this. They cannot focus on long distance vision again.
It actually strains
the eyes are strained, and then because of that. So these are just on the aspect of the eyes, some of the complications that we have.
Wow, that's serious. And now, what about our spine? One would say, how is this affecting the spine? I mean, I just have my phone, so how is it affecting my spine? The eye is understandable, but the spine, you got to break it down.
The eye, because it's the tool that helps you to see the phone. So most people think the effects of the phone is just the eye.
Just the eye.
Now, we are going to now move into the medical complications, the anatomical complications. Now, we start with the head. A normal head weighs 4.5 to 5.5 kilograms.
Yeah.
That is the normal head. Now, anytime you
flex... So even
flex...
with the hair?
Some weeks are very heavy, though.
Because this is my hair, and this is my head. So do you think my head is heavier than yours?
Most, it's not about the size, though. You know, the brain is virtually the same amount, you know, than the skull. But some people have conditions where they can have what we call microcephaly, where the head anatomically is very small because of genetic problem. But averagely.
And what are people with big head called?
Macro. Micro is small.
Oh yeah, micro.
The macro. So that's
macro,
the way.
Okay.
Yeah. So averagely, every adult's head weighs about 4.5 to 5.5 kilograms. Now, when you are sitting straight like this, that is how much the weight of the head is. Now, there's something we call flexion. When you do your head like this, that's about 15 degrees.
What? Yeah, 15 degrees.
So
yeah.
If you can, maybe the screen is more illustrative.
Yeah,
so this
I get
is,
it.
What is it? So this is 15
That's
degrees.
15, yeah.
So when you are straight, it's 5 kilograms, averagely. Because acceleration is just down there. Now, when you flex your head to 15 degrees,
just a bit,
it goes to 12 kilograms.
Like that.
Now, when you continue flexing to 30 degrees, it
especially when you're playing a game.
Very good. It gets to 18, and then when it goes to 45,
that's when they send you that WhatsApp messages. You cannot take your head off again.
Very good. It goes to 22 kilograms, and then when it goes to 60. It is now 27. And most people are like this.
Addiction.
So you are moving from 5 kilograms to 25 kilograms. And can you imagine what a 25 kilogram head is when you want to compare? That's more than half a bag of cement.
Okay, so our head is normally 5 kg.
Kilograms, when it's straight.
But the 27 kilograms feels like times 4. Yeah. So it's like 4 heads.
Times 5.
Yeah, it's 5 heads.
5 heads
on your
together,
neck.
when you are like this.
Oh.
And can you carry a bag of cement, a half bag of cement, the whole day? If not good. And then most people spend about 4 to 8 hours on their phones. So that means that you are carrying between 18 to 27 kilograms of your head. So what happens then to this part of the neck? The various areas. So as you can see, the red stuff there, we call them the cervical vertebra. The cervical vertebra, they are about 7. And they actually carry the load of the head, protect the spine, the spinal cord, and other essential things that comes through the head to the other parts of the body. Now, when the head is flexed this way, what happens is that you're going to strain the neck, you're going to strain the muscles of the neck, and then with time, there are discs that separates the vertebra. Those discs are going to degenerate, so we call it degenerative disease. Disc disease. That's number one. And then the inflammation that ensues when the neck is always flexed like this, we call it cervical spondylosis. And then when the neck is also flexed like this, it also compresses on the spinal cord. And when the spinal cord is compressed, we have something we call neuropathy. Any nerve that is compressed ends up with neuropathy. And neuropathy, when it's on the neck, you feel it in the fingers. So you now start having numbness of the fingers. So most people are having pain in the neck, and they're having numbness on their fingers because compressive symptoms have started. And because the neck is the organ that gives you the major amount of, motion, range of motion. You can go this way, turn it. When you put your neck in this state of posture for a long period, you may end up with restrictive movements. People wake up in the morning, they cannot turn their neck, and they don't understand why. Because the muscles are so in a state of spasm or tensed, such that the range of movements of the neck is no more going to happen. And then the next thing also is still on the spine. We also have the thorax. The thorax is like after the neck, the vertebra that supports it. Normally, when you turn your neck like this, the shoulder also bends and then becomes rounded. Now, the lung needs free space to be able to expand and then contract. So whenever you breathe in, try breathing in when you are like this. So what happens is that there's something we call residual volume. Whenever you breathe in, you are not able to breathe out. So air stays longer in your lungs. And what happens is that whenever things stay for long, what happens? Infections come in. So people are coming down with pneumonias, they don't understand, because the lung cannot expand and when the lung cannot expand,
that's because it's been bending a certain way for so long.
And when that also happens to, you can have chronic chest infections because air comes in and cannot go out because of the sludging. And then when that also happens to the discs that are also on the what do you call it, the cervical vertebra, we have some on the thoracic vertebra as well. When they also go into problems, the nerves can get compressed, and around that region, when you have any nerve compression, we call it sciatica.
Yeah, sciatica. I was waiting for you to say that.
So
I was waiting for you to pronounce. I'm like, okay,
so
when is that going to come?
So sciatica is when nerves around the thoracic region are compressed. Then you feel the pain at the back to your buttock and then to one leg. So the phone can cause all that. That's just for the thorax. Then still on the, what do you call it, the vertebra or the anatomical structures. When you come to the hand, the thumb has a good range of movement. And then you can move it this way, that way, and all that. Now, because when you are typing, you are using the time a lot, or when you are using the phone, you can scroll. There are some tendons on the thumb that are called...
Doc, I think I have that. I think I have that. Like, okay, so let me share my own experience.
Yeah.
So I'm always on the phone because I have a lot of things I do on the phone. Yeah. I've realized this thumb, especially the one on the left, this one in particular, it can just start hurting. Seriously hurting. And I just realized, and it feels like it's been broken. That's how it feels. It's so painful that it feels like it's broken. There was even a time I had to like put two sticks and then put a band around it. I'm like, okay, don't move for a while. Maybe you need to rest. Don't move for a while.
Immobilize it.
Yeah, I just put like two sticks here and then I was like, nah, don't move for a while. You know, it was hurting so badly, like it affected my productivity. I couldn't type the whole day. I couldn't do, so anybody that calls, sorry, I'm like, I can't reply you because my thumb is hurting. And I just gave it a break and I realized that it was because of the phone. Good.
So there are tendons here. We call one the abductor.
I just saw this image, so and I realized, oh my God, this is what happened to me.
Yeah, so the abductor pollicis longus, that's one of the tendons there, and then the extensor pollicis brevis. Whenever the thumb is moving for so long, it gets inflamed.
So that I got the inflamed thumb tendons.
Very good. So when it's inflamed, we call it the de Quervain's tenosynovitis. De Quervain's tenosynovitis. So the easy way to be able to find out whether you have it is you put a thumb across the hand, and when you have that, you can't do that. Then you flex the fingers this.
It was so painful, I couldn't even move it.
Then after that, you try doing this.
Okay, now I don't have it, so I could do this?
So this. Yeah,
I do this.
Then do towards the little finger. Flex it this way, towards the little.
Okay, so this is fine.
This way. So once you don't have any pain,
now I don't have any pain.
Then that's fine. And it's something that worries a lot of people because you are always on
I
the
didn't
phone
know it was a thing, but it also made me very aware of screen time. I said, okay, I know about screen time affecting the eyes, but now it's affecting the finger. So it just made me realize that, you know what, this is just a bit too much. Just relax sometimes. Just leave it. Just leave the phone.
So that's how the phone can cause. So from the head, we've done the eyes, we've done the neck, we've done the back, the thumb. Those are some of the complications. And you can also have what we call the medial nerve compression. And that also leads to most of the fingers getting very numb because of prolonged usage of the phone.
Wow.
And then stuff like that. So,
wow, so it happens in typing?
Typing,
It happens when you're a gamer too?
Yeah.
And endless scrolling?
Scrolling, because you're always...
Okay, I don't do endless scrolling. I always type.
You always type it too. Yeah, and then the medial nerve too. So when it's compressed, all the fingers around this area.
So That's the smartphone thumb. That's the one I had, right?
Yes.
Okay, so and there's a wrist pain.
Because of
so the nerve compression is the median.
The median nerve.
Yeah.
That's the one in yellow over there.
Now this is a shocking one. Weak grip.
Because when you have the thumb, inflamed, the decurvent stenosynovitis, the thumb is what helps you to open bottles. You'll not be able to open. The thumb is what helps you to grip things. If I want to hold the phone right now, I have to grip it. If this is not working, it will fall.
So you're telling me one day this might not work if we continue doing this?
Of course, yeah. And the thumb is what helps you to pick objects or even carry children, because you have to. This goes to the back, and then if you have a baby, it will be very difficult to carry the baby, because if the thumb is not working, you are not able to.
But in situations like this,
so weak grip,
I know we are just getting to know about what this causes. But say the weak grip, can it be fixed?
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying it just in case anybody's addicted right now, and then they cannot.
So once there's a
carry
cause,
their babies and carry things, especially people who go to the gym.
Yeah.
We need to grip.
Once there's a cause, of course. So if the cause is basically due to the phone usage, computer, you need to limit usage, and then of course you need to get a physiotherapy to help you. And then you can, if it's something acute, you can initially put ice on it.
Yeah.
Ice helps with inflammatory decrease. And then there are some exercises you can do with the help of physiotherapy. So that can be fixed. But at the end of the day, the root cause, which is the phone and then the computer, it has to be,
So not just the phone, the computer, the gaming,
anything that makes you
screen,
use it. And even some works. Those who are always using screwdrivers and all that, because the thumb is always in use, it ends up with inflammation, and that leads to the smartphone thumb or the weak grip. So all these complications are under it. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So the thumb was built to grip, not to scroll the whole day. So if you don't want to lose your grip, stop scrolling. Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Now the heart, how does it affect the heart?
So because when people are using the phones, they are virtually sedentary. You barely see people using the phone when they are running, unless you are listening to something.
If you're listening to music or a podcast, your favorite podcast.
Very good. So what happens? So movement becomes very decreased. And then we talked about the importance of movement in our previous episode. So you can now do the connection. If you are not moving, what happens? You are going to gain weight. When you gain weight, what happens? You are going to have insulin resistance.
Then you're going
insulin
to have
resistance. You now know all the
blood
connections.
pressure, diabetes, and all that.
And all that.
Yeah.
So that is how the phone. So people are getting overweight because, and now we don't even go out to buy food. Why? We just order.
Just order.
So movement is.
I think we should just learn to start cooking.
And when you are cooking, because you are moving in the kitchen. That's why we're saying, even if you have a house help, don't sublet cooking and other household chores to them, because you may think it's a soft life, but you're actually building the milieu for disease. So it's very important, cleaning, washing, all those things.
I love going to the market.
That's great.
I realize it's something I really love.
Anything that makes you physically active is the best thing.
Yeah.
But anything that fixates you to one place, not good. So that is a connection, because people use phones to do virtually everything. Even in offices, people are supposed to move from one desk to the other to talk to their colleagues, but they would rather prefer, to call them. So physical inactivity leading to the weight gain, insulin resistance, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, stress hormones up. So that is how the phone affects the heart. Because once the cholesterol goes up, it's going to plague the heart, the vessels that supply the heart. And that is also what will lead to the myocardial attacks or infarctions that leads to heart attacks. Yeah.
And it seems like there a lot of young people are beginning to also experience like cardiac arrest and all.
Of course. Because the risk factors are there.
That's the sedentary lifestyle.
Sedentary, the phone, and then the phone also has an effect on sleep, as you know. So
we talked about it the other time.
So all these combine to because of the melatonin. The pineal gland produces melatonin, and melatonin is a hormone that helps to regulate your sleep cycles.
Yeah. And you don't enter REM?
You don't enter REM, and the REM is like the workshop of the body. So you wake up the next day very tired.
And very angry.
Very angry and hungry too. Not just angry, but hungry. Because of the hormones we mentioned the last time. Ghrelin,
ghrelin. So your ghrelin does not produce, The
ghrelin is up, so you feel like eating, and then the eating now leads to more food And then if you are eating more of the modern food too. So you see the connection?
Yes. So the fatigue causes the weight gain, and the weight gain can cause the high BP, then comes other things. All right, so I think this has been very interesting. But then again, let's go back to the slide before this, the one that the person was crossing the road.
Yeah.
I think that one is also something that we deal with a lot. And that's how it affects our life, like people crossing roads and having their phone.
Distraction.
Yeah, the sort of distractions they can go through.
That's true.
Yeah.
So the phone is not just going to cause issues with the eyes, like we mentioned. A lot of people have lost their lives because they were using the phone whilst they were doing something. Some people are falling into gutters.
Yes.
Some people mindlessly walk onto the street and then they are knocked down by cars. So you can be distracted. And some people are also driving and texting at the same time.
And one thing about texting, Jerry, by the time you realize, boom, you've hit someone.
That's the thing. So
and it takes a second.
Not even a second, microsecond.
Microsecond, yeah.
So as you can see, distracted driving is one of the complications we are having with the phone. Distracted walking, people are crossing streets and then they are so fixated on the phone. And in a country where gutters are open, that's the last thing you should be doing. You end up in one and then one thing we should also talk about is the ear.
Yeah.
People use phones with accessories. We have the ear buds that people put, and any sound that is above 85 decibels will destroy your ear. There are there are cochlear hair cells in the ear that helps you with hearing.
The high sounds actually affect the heads and let them cut off, right?
And then they die.
Yeah, they
and
die.
Unfortunately, they are not replaceable. So
they don't grow back again.
No, just like brain cells.
I learned that here.
Very difficult to.
Like it doesn't grow back again. So like when the sound is too much, it's like makes it fall off, and so your ear is open.
So when that happens, you are not able to have perception for sound again. So people are becoming deaf because they use so much, what do you call it, ear pads or whatever, and then that leads to that. And then preventable injuries. So the phone has a lot of
So Doc, we have a question. Doc, what would you say is the ideal amount of screen time a person should have? This is Ben from Alajo.
Currently, like we said, people are spending about
8 hours.
4 to 8 hours. If you can have that, so let's say 2, that would be better.
A day?
Yes, just 2. So you should have
Doc,
focus.
some of our jobs are screen.
That's good. One thing people should also know is that blue light is what normally causes problems normally in the night. So when it's nighttime, you should put a blue light filter. That helps the melatonin. So if you don't really have to be on the screen, it's going to be very difficult. There's no point being on the screen. But the challenge is the phone is very addictive. And some people, just because of their addiction, they are on it, not because they are doing something productive.
They should go for a walk.
Yes. So one way is to go for a walk, engage people physically.
Let's
and
be
then during
more
meal times.
Exactly.
You go to restaurants now and then a whole family is sitting down and then everybody's on the phone. Why are you out? You are out to socially engage. These are some of the things we can do to.
All right. So Jemima from Weja say, hey, let me that I use AirPods so loudly and consistently, then I'm in trouble. Though.
She's really in trouble. Your cochlear hair cells.
Your cochlear hair cells, everything has fallen.
They have not fallen. She's listening to us.
But you're listening to us, so you know what to do right now, okay? So just reduce it and, save that ear. Because, like the doctor said, it doesn't grow back again. Yeah. Wow, this is Derek from Kaswa. Doc, do you know if there is any correlation between wireless earphones, radiation, and brain damage?
There's no causation currently that I know, but mostly the causations come later when the effects are already much. So what I would advise is, as much as possible, just like the way the ear, pieces can cause issues with, rather listen to open music instead of. Unless maybe you are driving or you are traveling and then you want
you're walking.
So always find alternatives to things that come so close to your body.
Right.
And if you do that, that's fine. In the past, there was some drug that they introduced into the system. They said it was safe. But later they realized that children were being born with no limbs and all that.
Yes. Yeah. I think I read something like
so by the time they know the causation is the distraction has already been done. So we don't have to wait normally for causation to be established before we, decide to leave preventive.
Right. Doc, so the tip of the week.
The tip of the week today is your smartphone is one of humanity's greatest inventions. So don't let one of humanity's greatest inventions become one of your greatest health risk here. So use it wisely and leave it healthier. Don't let the phone become something that becomes a health risk. It's a very productive tool, but if you don't use it that way, we have issues.
So Doc, where can people reach out to you?
So Solis Hospital is located at La. On your way from the trade fair towards La Palm, 100 meters on your right, we are located there. And our main focus is preventive health. So we do a lot of work with corporate institutions. We do a lot of work with individuals. So if you're a corporate institution and you want your staff to be productive, because one thing any HR doesn't want is an excuse duty. We will keep your workforce productive for you.
Right. Doc, I'm a music producer and I averagely listen to 10,000 hours of music in about 2 weeks. I have noticed that I need my music to be loud before I can appreciate it of late. Is there any way to reverse it? This is Greg from Bachuna.
Unfortunately, the cochlear hair cells cannot be reversed. So if it's possible to listen to the music below 85 decibels, so you should get a sound, detector. Below 85.
The sound detector.
Okay. 85 will not cause much.
Hello, my name is Kofi. What about driving? Driving long hours of sitting and driving. I think this is about sedentary.
The sedentary, like we said, after every hour or two, if you're on a long distance, just stop. And then if you don't have anything to do, just go around the car like 5 times, stretch yourself, and then you can't do that
on air.
But you can just get out from your seat, use aisle, walk, go to the washroom, or just walk around, come back. It helps.
All right, everyone, thank you so much for the questions, and I'm sure that you are satisfied with the answers that Dr. have given, and please adhere to them unless you would have to go to the hospital. Anyway, we've been speaking to Dr. Ebo Daniels, who's the director of Solis Hospital, located at Trade Fair, La Accra. My name is Chris Carter, and this has been Doctor in the House. See you next week, and do take care of yourselves.
Get ready this July to step into a world where culture meets commerce, ideas turn into opportunities, and Made in Ghana takes the spotlight like never before. Welcome to the Northern Business Fair 2026. For 2 powerful days, the Jubilee Park will transform into a buzzing hub of creativity, innovation, and enterprise from the Savannah, Northern, Northeast, Upper East, and Upper West regions. From beautifully crafted products, innovative packaging, fast-growing local brands, and indigenous corporate bodies, every stand will tell a story of passion, resilience, and growth. This is not just a fair, it's a full experience. It's a place to discover, a place to connect, a place to grow. This is your chance to engage with Ghana's most exciting SMEs, startups, and homegrown brands all in one vibrant space. Date Saturday 25th and Sunday 26th July 2026. Venue Jubilee Park, Tamale. Time 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily. Are you ready to showcase your business to the nation and beyond? Call 0205-973-973 now and secure your spot. Don't sit on the sidelines. Be part of the energy. Be part of the story. The Northern Business Fair 2026 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from City FM, and it's proudly sponsored by EcoBank, the National Petroleum Authority, and the Ghana Export Promotion Authority.
This is where stories rise, where strength speaks, and legends are born. From hundreds of entries, only 10 emerged as the 2026 Channel 1 Community Legends.
You're 14 years, you're among, people who are...
my name is Daisy Mina Entry, 32.
There's someone who is from Western North. Sefi Adofwa.
We have it that wherever you travel to, home is home.
10 legends,
10 inspiring journeys, one platform. From struggle to success, from purpose to impact. Hear their remarkable stories.
In a place where almost nothing is available.
I have a foundation called Grace on Duty Foundation.
Whatever they are going through is part of the struggle. That should even give them the motivation to learn.
Because I'm a game changer wherever I go.
Tune in every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. and be inspired by the people changing lives in their communities. Only on Channel 1 TV. Channel 1 Community Legends. Real people, real impact, real inspiration.
What if your ideas could shape the future of education in Ghana? If you were a brilliant pre-secondary student aged 11 to 15, this is your moment to shine. Welcome to the Literacy Challenge 2026, the national literacy competition that celebrates young thinkers, great writers, and future leaders. This year's challenge is all about artificial intelligence and education. The topic: in not less than 600 words, write a letter to the Minister of Education as a youth consultant discussing the advantages and disadvantages of the use of artificial intelligence AI in education. Advise on how Ghana can effectively integrate AI into basic schools to improve teaching and learning while ensuring that students in rural and underserved communities are not left out. Remember, your essay must be in your own handwriting, must be endorsed by a parent, guardian or teacher, and include your full contact details. Submit your entry by Monday 20th July 2026 at the front desk of Channel 1 TV or PO Box GP 14123, Accra Central. Stand a chance to win 10,000 Ghana cedis cash, a laptop, and earn the title of Ghana's most outstanding all-round pre-secondary student. For more information, call 0205 973 973. The Literacy Challenge 2026 is powered by City FM with support from Channel 1 TV, and it's proudly sponsored by Prospectus Ghana Limited, SIC Insurance, and Advocate Publishing.
Welcome back to the show. Thank you very much for staying with us. This is Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 Television. Right, we're not going to talk about prayer. Yes, I know it's one of the things that you do not joke with. Yes, so prayer has a unique way of inspiring us, bringing us together, igniting our faith and all that. And this is what we are going to talk about. So the Global Prayer Work Summit 2026 is set to do just that, what I just talked about, igniting our faith and all that. So joining me in studio today to have this conversation, I have Dr. Philip Aye. Yes, he is a member of the Duncan Williams Ministry, and also Toby Wood is in studio with me as well. You're welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Right. All right, so let's starting with, for viewers hearing about the Global Prayer Works for the first time, what is it about? What is the purpose of this prayer system?
Thank you for having us on set. The Global Prayer Works is a prayer conference which is organized by His Eminence Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams. It has been going on for about 20 years in different parts of the world. But now, by the grace of God, the Archbishop is bringing it to Ghana. It's a time where believers gather to pray, seek God's presence, and for God to intervene in the affairs of men. And we are really excited about the Global Prayer Works, which the Archbishop has initiated to help believers to engage heaven, to help believers to pray, so that God can intervene in the most difficult parts of their lives. And above all, it's a time also we pray for the nation by the leadings of the Spirit through the Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams.
All right. Right. This year's theme, enforcing victory, very, very touching. Why that? Well, how did you come about that theme? Why is it relevant to today's believers?
Archbishop has written a book, Taking Hold of the Promises of God, and he always tells us that the promises of God can only be manifested in our lives when we pray. And enforcing prayer simply means we are taking the word of God through prayer to enforce manifestations in our lives. No matter the promises of God, no matter the prophecies of God, and the principles of God in a person's life, it takes prayer to enforce manifestation and also to gain victory over every tactics and attacks of the enemy. We need to enforce prayer, and that is why the theme of this program is enforcing victory. We want to experience victory through prayer. So I believe that it doesn't matter whatever you are going through the agency of prayer, we can have victory in our lives. And as a matter of fact, in our businesses and whatever is going through in Ghana here, we are going to enforce victory through prayer. And every promise of God in our lives, if we want to see manifested in our lives, it has to be through the agency of prayer.
If I may come in here as well, I agree with this so much because I had the privilege to have a conversation with the Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams the other day, and he was talking to me about the theme, and he had mentioned that the idea is that Christians today don't fully understand the power of being able to confess, right? He had mentioned to me that confession precedes confirmation. And in this time for enforcing victory, if you are capable of speaking it out loud through the power of prayer, you are inadvertently confessing your victory, and you are confessing that confirmation that's going to be coming to you. And it just gives us this amazing space to be able to do all of that. So, yeah.
Right. So, Toby, what should participants expect at this year's edition of the Global Prayer Works?
So participants should expect that this Global Prayer Works Summit is very different. It's very different from what we've done in the past, okay? There is going to be several different sections where we are actually going to be praying for professionals, praying for the military, you know, the first responders, firefighters, medical workers. This is something that the Archbishop has wanted to highlight for a long time. There's going to be that idea that when we stand together in prayer, there's going to be massive agreement, which will move God. And one of the key highlights is that there's going to be a praise jam session that we are calling the Global Prayer Works Summit Praise Takeover.
Wow.
Yes. So the Archbishop, he cares so much about the youth, and he was a youth pastor himself way back when, long before I was ever in existence. And he really wants the youth to know that there is a space where you can feel comfortable to pray, because the youth can pray too. It's just that we have to wrap it in some praises and some concerts for us. So we have some amazing artists that will be coming, some young artists, people like Pastor Shadrach Mensa, people like The Vessel Cordrick, Barry Nikwe, Sandra Boache, and some few highlighted artists that would be making some waves right there.
Indeed, it's going to be jam.
So we're very excited. Very, very excited.
All right. Doc, we understand the summit is going to be free, but you'd have to register. Why is the registration that important too?
It's so important you register because we want to know that you are coming. Then adequate preparation will be made to receive you. So that is why we want everybody to register and to come. It's absolutely free of charge. So that when we know you are coming, we will be fully prepared for you. So I believe the details for the registration can be on the screen. There is a telephone number. However, even if you feel it's too late, you just show up. When you come there, you will be able to register. And I think the Q code too will be on the screen. You can just screenshot it and then you can register. But it's important you register. We want to know that you are coming and we are going to prepare to receive you.
You are coming, great. But when exactly is this summit going to happen?
Well, it's happening on the 15th, Wednesday the 15th through to Friday the 17th of July. And the time schedule is on Wednesday, my goodness, which is the open night. His Eminence is going to be opening the conference, and the time is 5:30 p.m. And then on Thursday, it's 9 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. And then on Friday, there is a morning session, and then the super all night, where the praise jam is going to take place. And it's going to be so amazing.
Wow.
I mean, Archbishop told me that he said, this time around, he's coming in his element. And when he speaks like that, I know that something supernatural is going to happen.
Interesting. So you've answered my next question already. I was going to ask about those who are going to feature in the summit.
Well, the summit, the Archbishop is going to be the main speaker. However, there are other men of God that will be joining him during the summit. And one of the things about the Archbishop is that anybody he brings on the altar is just prepared to be a blessing. And that is what is going to happen. We have great musical artists that are also coming. Last year was amazing, and I know that this year is going to be super duper.
Great. Although we know it's free and just a registration requirement, you need to be there. But who truly can attend this prayer summit?
As a matter of fact, anybody that wants to experience victory in your life, probably going through challenge, difficulties, and you want to experience victory, you can come. However, as he said, the military, it doesn't matter who you are, pastors, business people, young people, individuals, anybody that want to experience victory in any part of your life, this is for you, and you don't want to be out of it. And I believe so strongly that victory will be enforced in your life in Jesus' mighty name.
Yes, sir.
Amen.
Amen.
Toby.
So even just on this, that's just a real big highlight to the young people coming on, because I think sometimes people within my age category, shout out to the Gen Zs out there, right? We're more tuned for more exciting events and so on. But we were in a time with flooding and so many things, and so there are a vast majority of people who need an event like this. And so just highlighting, just as my brother here said, or my senior brother, I should say, there are a lot of people who are facing challenges, right? And whether you might be facing challenges in a very heavy sense or even in a lighter sense, there's always an opportunity to pray. So it's literally for anybody and everybody, especially to my young people out here, right? Let's come and show the world that the youth can pray to.
You can pray to. Great. So Doc, if someone is watching and at this point is undecided as to whether to attend or not, what will you tell that person?
Well, I would say that enforcing victory is the theme for this year Global Prayer Works. You have to make it a point to attend. I believe that there will be interventions in your life. You will encounter God. Don't sit at home and let the pressures of life sink you. It's a time for you to just come out to experience the power of God through the Archbishop at the Global Prayer Works 2026 edition with the theme Enforcing Victory. And I believe that there will be total victory in your life. There are people waiting to pray with you. The hand of God will touch you. The power of God will touch you at the Global Prayer Works. So make it a point to come. This is my challenge to you. I believe that you will encounter God as you come.
I hope this has convinced you enough to finalize your decision if after now you're uncertain as to whether to make it or not. All right, Toby, is there any testimony? You mentioned you were there last year and all that. Is there any testimony you would like to share to us?
Yes, of course. So when it comes to Global Prayer Works Summit, and for me specifically, I think I have been a huge beneficiary of the power of prayer. These are prayer requests that I submitted that at this summit, it just felt as though that God was going to hear me, and yes, I understand that the spiritual element is very clear, but I think nothing can really prepare you for the atmosphere that you experience, being surrounded by believers everywhere, having that sense of prayer and agreement. And it's not even just the Global Prayer Works Summit, there's so many other, events and things that would happen, but specifically my testimony is that the prayers that I submitted were truly and wholly answered by God in ways that I couldn't even imagine. Exactly as I asked for it.
Wow.
Exactly. Like, if you've had that experience before, you know what I'm talking about. And that's what we're hoping and pushing, right? In fact, that's what we are enforcing, right, in this Global Works Prayer Summit as well. Come with your prayer request. Come with it written down, right, and submit it in this atmosphere and watch God answer you.
All right. So you heard it for yourself. He said all his prayer requests were answered.
Yeah.
Throughout. Nothing changed. So, right. And thank you very much, gentlemen. Dr. Philip Aye, he's a member of the Nicholas Duncan Williams Ministry. And Toby Wood is also youth ambassador of the Nicholas Duncan Williams Church. Thank you very much for coming. Viewers, it's free. All you need to do is to register and you can get to be part of the Global Prayer Works Summit 2026. That's still Breakfast Daily on Channel. So that's still Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 Television. We're going for a quick break. When we come back, the show continues.
What if your ideas could shape the future of education in Ghana? If you were a brilliant pre-secondary student aged 11 to 15, this is your moment to shine. Welcome to the Literacy Challenge 2026, the national literacy competition that celebrates young thinkers, great writers, and future leaders. This year's challenge is all about artificial intelligence and education. The topic: in not less than 600 words, write a letter to the Minister of Education as a youth consultant discussing the advantages and disadvantages of the use of artificial intelligence (AI) in education. Advise on how Ghana can effectively integrate AI into basic schools to improve teaching and learning while ensuring that students in rural and underserved communities are not left out. Remember, your essay must be in your own handwriting, must be endorsed by a parent, guardian, or teacher, and include your full contact details. Submit your entry by Monday, 20th July 2026 at the front desk of Channel 1 TV or PO Box GP 14123, Accra Central. Stand a chance to win 10,000 Ghana cedis cash, a laptop, and earn the title of Ghana's most outstanding all-round pre-secondary student. For more information, call 0205 973 973. The Literacy Challenge 2026 is powered by City FM with support from Channel 1 TV, and it's proudly sponsored by Prospectus Ghana Limited, SIC Assurance, and Advocate Publishing.
Hello everybody, welcome to Vox Pop Central. Who brought cocoa to Ghana?
Cocoa Mama Tisro.
GRA, Ghana Registers Association. Do due diligence.
Two geniuses.
I was like, how?
Two geniuses.
You bamboozled me.
You scatter me.
Hey, what about them? We the ones who scatter them. What do you call the song you sing to make babies sleep?
We have many songs like Baby Careful in Gomamete.
Because hey!
Ete like me nation habu eshima papa.
What the?
Amekoma ye habu foi.
Okay, foi. So, whether it's a school, market, lorry station, or wherever I may find you, when you see me, Murife, don't run, don't run, don't run.
Vox Pop Central airs Thursdays at 7 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
I'm not tired.
Get ready this July to step into a world where culture meets commerce, ideas turn into opportunities, and Made in Ghana takes the spotlight like never before. Welcome to the Northern Business Fair 2026. For 2 powerful days, the Jubilee Park will transform into a buzzing hub of creativity, innovation, and enterprise from the Savannah, Northern, Northeast, Upper East, and Upper West regions. From beautifully crafted products, innovative packaging, fast-growing local brands, and indigenous corporate bodies, every stand will tell a story of passion, resilience, and growth. This is not just a fair, it's a full experience. It's a place to discover, a place to connect, a place to grow. This is your chance to engage with Ghana's most exciting SMEs, startups, and homegrown brands all in one vibrant space. Dates Saturday 25th and Sunday 26th July 2026. Venue Jubilee Park, Tamale. Time 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily. Are you ready to showcase your business to the nation and beyond? Call 0205-973-973 now and secure your spot. Don't sit on the sidelines. Be part of the energy. Be part of the story. The Northern Business Fair 2026 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from City FM, and it's proudly sponsored by EcoBank, the National Petroleum Authority, and the Ghana Export Promotion Authority.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. That was a very beautiful conversation that we have had there. And also, we also discussed about our eyes on Doctor in the House, and I hope you enjoyed that too. Now it's time for us to check out our entertainment highlight of the day.
Come to Entertainment Highlights on Breakfast Daily, presented by Ni Komite Kome, empowered by GhanaWeekend.com. Visit GhanaWeekend.com today. Now let's get into our first highlight. Veteran Nigerian actor Jim Iyke says the entertainment industry is largely driven by self-glorification rather than God, describing it as a space that often promotes satanic values. Speaking in an interview with media personality Joey Akan, the actor said fame once made him believe he was special because of fans' admiration, but finding God changed his perspective. Jim Iyke added that while creativity reflects God's nature, many people in the industry choose to serve themselves instead of God, warning that self-worship conflicts with true faith.
Saying it doesn't exist in there. I'm saying it's predominantly created for this.
To our second highlight, Stonebwoy has opened up about a frightening incident involving his wife, Dr. Louisa Satekla. During his 2017 assignment to the World Concert, the dancehall star revealed that while he was performing, Dr. Louisa, who was pregnant with their daughter at the time, was stabbed and rushed to the hospital. Despite the emergency, Stonebwoy said he remained on stage to finish his performance before going to see her. He shared the story to highlight the dangers entertainers face during live shows, saying it reflects the sacrifices artists often make while performing for their fans. Now to our third highlight. The Ghana Tourism Authority is set to launch a nationwide beach cleanup campaign dubbed the Blue Ghana Initiative, protecting our beaches, preserving our future. Now, the initiative follows a recent floods in Accra and aims to promote environmental sustainability, reduce plastic pollution, and encourage responsible waste disposal. CEO Mami Efua Huajeto said Ghana's beaches are national assets that must be protected, urging Ghanaians and manufacturers to play an effective and active role in keeping the country's coastline clean. The campaign will involve communities, schools, businesses, and volunteers, with participating beaches and cleanup dates to be announced soon. And that will be all for entertainment highlights on Breakfast Daily. For more news like this, visit GhanaWeekend.com and follow our social media pages. This was proudly powered by GhanaWeekend.com and presented by Ni Komete Kome.
All right, that's it for our entertainment highlight of the day. We'd like to say a very big thank you to each and every one of you for joining us today. It's been a wonderful show, and also to everyone who joined the show by way of text message. Thank you too for sending in your messages. My name is Chris Carter,
and I am Wahab Abdurazak.
All right, see you tomorrow on a brand new episode of Breakfast Daily, and keep watching Channel One TV.
What if your ideas could shape the future of education in Ghana? If you were a brilliant pre-secondary student aged 11 to 15, this is your moment to shine. Welcome to the Literacy Challenge 2026, the national literacy competition that celebrates young thinkers, great writers, and future leaders. This year's challenge is all about artificial intelligence and education. The topic: in not less than 600 words, write a letter to the Minister of Education as a youth consultant discussing the advantages and disadvantages